I wanted to create a business that was truly a revolution. Herbalism is the ultimate gateway drug. We need to protect and defend plants, not just talk about how great they are because they heal us. An ex-employee here is, I cannot lie.
And I'll call you on your bullshit.
Yeah, no, totally you will, totally you will.
What's the most unhinged idea that you've had that you actually got to do?
Oh my God, I can't believe I'm actually gonna have this recorded. Oh geez. It is brilliant. Thank God we can finally say this out loud. Me and Mountain Rose, we're bedfellows until the day I die. She'd say, okay, so you're gonna have to work under Shawn, and I just need to let you know right now he cusses a lot. And he'll say some really outlandish, sometimes just it's okay.
Welcome to the Herbalists After Hours, where the passing hours and the passion flowers, the vine unravels and the seeds will travel, and the arc will happen at the where community gathers, like elderberry boosts and immunity faster. Tend up the garden and the path is ours, coming together to make it better with it.
You said it so fast, I was like,
Yeah.
Touring rocks.
Yeah, Tori Amos rocks. She's the best singer-songwriter musician
You know
of
Tori
our time.
Amos.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. Do you have a favorite Tori Amos song, or usually?
I don't like her that much.
Is he dead to you now?
This has been a great interview. But it's getting late.
Yeah. No,
Yeah,
I do respect her. I like her music. She's just not on my playlist.
That's fair. I will say the same about the crafts.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, what's your favorite grill song?
The Roxy one.
Oh, she's halfway there. She gets more points
You
than you do.
literally listen to that on the way here. Does that count?
Do I get points though? I mean, Shawn didn't listen to Tori Amos to prepare for this.
But in all honesty, if I knew it was your favorite artist, I would have.
Okay.
I'm smart like that. I would have done my homework, and then I would have been like,
Next
dude, I fucking love this song. Let's play it right now.
Yeah. Then we would have been besties.
Yeah, totally. No, I mean, I like her. She just never really made my radar.
You know, we're besties, and I don't listen to Tori Amos ever, so.
Yeah, sometimes when I make
No, her music's cool. Like when her music's on, I'm totally into it. It's just not on the top of my priority list when it comes to music. But like a little bit of a side note, you know me, I always digress, but I used to do security detail for Ani DeFranco.
That's her other favorite.
Yeah. So she would tour in Northern California all the time. Nevada City, she did a collaboration album with Utah Phillips.
Yes, she did.
And Utah Phillips was my dear friend and mentor.
No way!
Very few people know who Utah Phillips is.
Oh, yeah, well, I know.
We called him Uncle Uter. And he gave us a pirate radio station. He used to have a pirate radio station in Nevada City.
Wow.
And I would organize benefit concerts. And I would infuse hardcore, blistering, anarchist punk rock, and then folk singers like Utah Phillips or an acoustic musician by the name of Seth. But anyways, I knew that he was working with Ani DeFranco, and there was all this word that she was coming out to record an album with Utah in his house. And so there was a little bit of security needed, so they contacted me and a couple of my friends. And then after that, Ani, it was like 96, 97, she was exploding.
Yeah.
And that album was a success. And she started playing at all the major music venues in Northern California. So then me, and we had a collective, it was called the Conscious Collective. And it was basically a grassroots political action group. But they contacted the Conscious Collective to have all these anarchist punk rockers do security detail for Ani DeFranco at all of her shows.
Oh, that's so cool.
I got some bro down points on that one, right?
Oh, yeah. It's interesting when I listened to your interview with Mason and you were talking about anarchist punk rock, and I saw so many parallels with me and Ani because she definitely,
she's an anarchist.
Yeah, she is.
She's an anarchist.
Yeah. So anyway, I thought of that. I was just like, oh yeah, that was like the folk scene for me was like that.
Yeah, she's genuinely rad, because by 96, 97, she definitely had cult status. But she was so salt of the earth. She was so humble.
Yeah.
And there was
Still
a lot.
is, too.
Yeah, and I believe it.
Yeah.
But back then, she had every opportunity to be a cock, to be an absolute dick, and she wasn't. She was kind and courteous to all of us. If anything, she wanted to hang out with us, which just blew me away. But yeah, Uncle Uter, so when he died, Utah Phillips had a profound impact on me. When I was 20 and 21, his music did. aren't familiar probably with the old, but he's a wobbly. Wobblies were radical labor activists and anarchists at the turn of the century. He was also a hobo. He would travel across the United States on trains, but he would sing folk songs, and he would continue folk songs from the 20s, 30s, and 40s, because folk music, there's not an archive of it. It's a lot of it is like written, performed by hobos, and a lot of it's lost. So Uncle Uter, he wanted to maintain rabble-rousing, pro-labor songs for future generations. And because we were hardcore activists, we're like, punk rock and Utah Phillips go hand in hand. And we would have punks come to the shows and watch Utah Phillips and go, I came here from San Francisco just to see Utah Phillips. Like, there was this weird following in the punk community for Utah Phillips because the dude was so fucking radical. And I highly recommend, Mason, you need to listen to it.
Okay.
It's called Fellow Workers.
Fellow Workers.
We can listen to it when we drive back.
Fellow Workers, it was a collaboration. It'll make you cry. I cannot not listen to that album without shedding a tear.
Wow.
And it was he did 2 albums with Donnie Franco. He did Fellow Workers, which was my favorite, and another one, something like The Bridge to Nowhere or something like that. But Fellow Workers is the one you need to listen to.
Okay.
And it's all about labor history and oppression and rising up and anti-capitalism and like the garment worker strikes in 1918 in Kansas. It's a brilliant album. It's an absolute
Hells yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah.
Do you know this one? Or?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, okay, all right.
Hardcore Ani fan.
yeah. Fellow Workers, you've got to listen to it.
Hell yeah, all right, cool.
And it makes for great road trip music too, because it has this kind of soothing storytelling metronome infused with music, but they kind of infuse a little. Historically, he was just sitting there with a guitar. Yeah. But Ani comes around. Now they have dub equipment, they have sound equipment, they have, they infuse all this interesting music into Utah Phillips. To this day, it's one of my favorite albums of all time.
I had no idea. That's really cool.
Yep, Fellow Workers.
Yeah.
It's been a rough week for me in particular because, and I'm wearing this shirt in homage to Conflict, but Colin Jerwood, he was the founder and the singer of Conflict. He died recently, and I just found out about last week, and I know Colin.
Sorry.
Kind of like a Dan Burt story. We shared urinals, went to all the shows, stuff like that. I didn't know him intimately, but we've talked about Crass, and like Crass to me was very smart music. If you get beyond the screaming, if you really, because the lyricist was Penny Rimbaud, and he was an artist, he was a poet, he's a brilliant, uncannily brilliant person. So the lyrics of Crass, when you get past the noise, it's profound. And this was 1977. Disco reached its apogee, and along comes fucking Crass, denouncing the system. And but then 3 years later, Conflict comes around. Now, Crass, they were artists and they were poets about it. Conflict, no. They took up arms. Like, they were pissed. Like, for them, it was like barricades, shutting the system down, taking over the streets, donning black and wearing masks, and liberating animals from vivisection laboratories. Like, they were fucking, and I'm pumped up because I was listening to Conflict on the entire way here from Goose Bay, and I got out of the car and Deanne went, "Are you all right?" I was like, "No, I've been listening to Conflict for 3 hours. Like, I'm fucking."
I was going to ask if Deanne was also forced to
No,
listen.
separate cars. Oh, there's no way. There's no way I can listen to punk rock with Deanne anywhere in the same vicinity as me. But Conflict, like, so Crass was like the head and heart, or the head of punk rock. Conflict was the heart. And every time I listen to Conflict, like, I cry. Like, their lyrics are so powerful and so intelligent and so meaningful. You don't hear music like that anymore. You know, people try to be subtle with their politics musically. Yeah. Rage Against the Machine, they did a great job. They were not subtle. They were like, fuck this, this shit's got to change. Conflict was kind of like Rage Against the Machine, but punk rock.
Yeah, a little more underground.
Oh, way more underground. But, you know,
underground.
Conflict, you know, they shut London down. Because you know, it was called UK 82, and that was the punk rock has countless derivations. There's so many different segments within the punk rock community, but UK 82 was the hardcore sliver of the punk rock community where all the music was politically charged to the point where there were riots and protests no matter where they went. So Conflict, they would shut London down. and the police came in with barricades, and their most famous song, Barricades and Broken Dreams. They were denied visas to other countries because no matter where they played, there was a riot would ensue. But conflict also popularized vegetarianism and veganism. In 1982, they were talking about animal rights. And one of their first EPs was called Liberate. And it was about, vivisection laboratories. And back then, most of us young punks are like, what the hell is that? So conflict was teaching us a lot about what was going on. So me and my friends, I'm 15, I'm 16. Most people, they'd get amped on like alcohol or drugs. We were getting amped on conflict, and we would fucking don black and go out and fuck yeah, game on. We would take the system on. So every time I listen to conflict, I'm like, God damn, God, they're so good. I was even crying on the way home.
Still powerful today.
Oh fuck yeah, yeah. And then when Colin died, like Deanne, there were 2 days where I was like bawling. I was crying heavily. Like he was profoundly influential. Like I said, Cress was the heart, the head,
Yeah.
but conflict was the heart. Like Cress, they were all savvy and smart with their music, but conflict's like, fuck this. Everything's got to change. We're gonna take this shit over right now.
Well, cheers to Colin.
Yeah. Thanks, man. Thank
Awesome.
you.
It's fun.
Yeah.
Just a quick break from the show to let you know about one of our sponsors. That's us. That's Folk Methodology. This has been a collaborative project that you and I have been working on.
Yep, it's our collaborative production studio, and this is our umbrella for all of the creative projects that we want to do, because there are many.
Yeah, Herbalists After Hours being one of them, but we've got other shows in the works. You can learn more at folkmethodology.com. You could sign up for our newsletter there to stay up to date on all of our projects that we're up to.
Check us out on all the social channels, Instagram, TikTok, etc. That's Folk Methodology again. Folk Methodology is really about the herbal community, and we're doing it for the herbal community.
Amen.
And we're just getting started here, so be sure to like, subscribe, follow us, share. We really appreciate the support.
It really goes a long way. And yeah, feel free, if you've been enjoying anything in the show, leave us a comment below. If you're watching this on YouTube, if you're listening on podcast, you can't do that so much. But yeah, we just really appreciate your time and support. So back to the show.
Thanks for sharing all that. And it's lovely to have you here. Well, actually, thanks for having us.
Thanks for having us.
Beautiful home. And yeah, Shawn, we go way back, and it's just it's such a good, I'm so honored to be back hanging out with you. It's been a minute. Like, we haven't talked in a couple of years at the very least. Glad to have one of my besties here, Rosalie, having you for the Herbalists After Hours. And it feels like we already started, which we did technically, but we wanted to start the show. We have been starting the show by asking each guest what's bringing them joy lately. So what's bringing you joy?
I'll answer that question, but first I want to just reciprocate. Like, Rosalie, it is so rad having you here and us finally meeting. So, Mason, as you know, we've done collaboration with Rosalie for 10, 15 years.
Yeah, easy, yeah.
And, Mountain Rose, it's just really complex. It's really big. It prevents me from doing a lot of the fun stuff, which involves meeting really cool people. And I'm sorry so much time has gone by since we've had the opportunity to...
Yeah, it's funny. I feel like I know you just through a mutual friend of John Gallagher.
Yeah,
So.
Yes, indeed. So it's lovely. It's absolutely, positively delightful to have you here. What was your question, Mason?
That's all right.
What brings me joy?
What's bringing you joy right now, Shawn?
Dang. Oh, man. What's bringing me joy right now? Oh, shit, dude. I cannot answer this question right now. I can't answer this question. No, I can't. Of course I can answer this question. It's a silly story. It's, oh my God, I can't believe I'm actually going to have this recorded. Oh, jeez.
I hope I know. I think I know.
Baseball cards.
Nice. All right. So it's going back to childhood.
You got it.
Yeah.
So, and not just, I don't collect modern shit. I don't collect anything past 1979.
Yeah.
I collect from 1887 to like 1955. That's my sweet spot. And the reason why is that, we're setting up the Mercantile in Seattle.
Yeah.
Baseball cards, I haven't thought about them for 30 years. I haven't, even the idea of like buying a baseball card was ridiculous to me 10 years ago. But something happened, we were at an antique store in Seattle while we were setting up the Mercantile. And it was a particularly hard year for me. I was still recovering from what we had talked about earlier, 2023. And I came across this display case, and they had 5 1955 Topps baseball cards, and they were $10 each. And I bought all of them. And we went back to our hotel, Hyatt Centric in downtown Seattle, and I laid those baseball cards out on my bedside table, and I couldn't take my eyes off of them. Like, they were just so old and magical, and like there was so much joy. Like, to me, it was this childhood notion that 55 was like the purest time ever. It was by far the most racist time ever and the most politically charged time ever. But there's a certain kind of childhood notion that, you know, the 50s was a time of play and pleasure, you know, post-war. We're recovering from 45 and Japan and Germany, and what better thing to do than play catch with your dad and hit baseball with your friends. So fast forward to me growing up, I found baseball cards when I was 8 and 9 years old. The cards I saw were from the 70s, and they seemed ancient to me. And I would stare at these cards as an 8-year-old, go, wow, there's just something so cool about the sport and about the history of the game. And this is a really cool story, if you bear with me. And I think I've already told you the story.
Perhaps.
So, I was a ravenous collector as a kid. None of my friends were, so I was able to acquire virtually all the baseball cards that my friends had inherited from their dad. Now, we're talking cards from the 50s and 60s. My friends in the 80s could care fucking less about baseball cards from 1962. I was like, give it, bring it. I had probably from the ages of 8 to 15, I amassed probably about 3 million cards. And before I graduated high school, I opened a sports memorabilia store and a baseball card shop. And I was 17 years old. It was my first legitimate business. And I sold baseball cards. And the thing that's really funny, it's absolutely hilarious. I hated baseball, the sport. I hated watching it. I mean, I loved going to Anaheim Stadium because that's where I was born and raised. And me and my friends, we'd ride our bikes to Anaheim Stadium, and I'd have all the cards of the visiting team, and then we'd get all the autographs. But for me, it was like the collectability of it, not necessarily the money, but just the act of collecting cards. And then just looking at these old pictures of the baseball players, and like the idea of baseball was kind of cool, but watching the sport was just so boring to me. So I'd have people come to my baseball card shop, and they'd want, oh, did you see how the Angels did last night? I'm like, yeah, man, that was horrible. Or goddamn, the Dodgers. I'm like, yeah, that was really intense. I had no idea what they were talking about. Absolutely no idea. So I had the baseball card shop for a couple years, and then we closed it down and moved to Nevada City. And so I operated the baseball card shop from like 16 and a half until 19. But I had it as a legitimate brick and mortar store from like 17 to 19 for 2 years. And that's how I kind of earned my entrepreneurial brass. But you know, I earned my entrepreneurial brass like playing Office when I was 6 and 7 with my cousin. You know, I'd have like time card stamps, and I'd have accounting ledgers and, you know, all that stuff. So when I moved to Nevada City, I brought some of the choicest baseball cards. It was like maybe a small pickup load. It really wasn't that much. It was like 10, 15, 20 boxes. But throughout so I moved to Nevada City, and times got tough, and, you know, I came back into the punk community, and for a few years I was paying rent off of a lot of that stuff. You know, I had autographed Ernie Banks, Mickey Mantle, Roger Maris, Muhammad Ali. I had an excellent basketball that was signed by the entire 1988 Chicago Bulls team.
Michael Jordan was there.
Bam. Scottie Pippen as well.
Yeah.
So a lot of that was paying my rent. So then fast forward, I start working at Mountain Rose Herbs. And the only reason why I got that job was because I swore I would never work for somebody, you know. But I had child support payments, I had a car payment, I was homeless for 3 or 4 months. And I was like, I have to give up activism. And because I was a full-time activist at the time. So we were doing benefit gigs, like I said, with Utah Phillips and Anya DeFranco. So the Conscious Collective, we would organize a lot of that. And if I was lucky, I might get like $200 or $300 a month from all of our activities, because we did a lot more than just music shows. So here I am, I'm 23, and I got child support, I got a car payment, rent, bills, stuff like that. I'm like, fuck, I gotta get a fucking job, are you kidding me? And I didn't even know how to look for a job. I didn't even know how to dress. I didn't even know how to interview. So there's this company in North San Juan, about 20 minutes north of Nevada City, called Mountain Rose Herbs, and they were hiring for a warehouse worker. And I'm like, herbs, cool, fucking hate the pharmaceutical industry, and warehouse worker, rad, I've got experience, I'm gonna go for it. So I called Julie Bailey at the time, and I interviewed beautifully, but at the time I had a dreaded mohawk, I had 27 piercings, I have tattoos. So I like take everything, I cover everything up, and I try to conceal myself to the best of my ability, button up. It's July 17th, it's super hot, but I'm thinking to myself, like, I gotta look like I have my shit together. And I interviewed beautifully, and we hit it off, and I was hired, and at the time there were 2 employees. We were very small, and we were literally operating out of a garage. And it was technically a 2-car garage, but it was 2 very small car garage. It was very small. So I was working there for a little while, and everything just kind of came along. And after about a year, I had an opportunity. So in 2000, I had an opportunity to become an owner of Mountain Rose, because I had developed our website. And Julie was so impressed with it that she gave me the opportunity to become an owner. And at the time, you got to remember, so we went live with the website in 1999, and eBay was 3 years old. Amazon was like 3 or 4 years old too. Like, nobody was selling online in 1999. And I had told her at the time, let me build this website, because I know that's where the future of commerce is going. And so I did it, and she came back and said, you did a fantastic job. Do you want to be partners? And I said, absolutely, I'd love to be partners. She said, it's going to cost you. And I went, fuck, you got to homeless. I got child support car. Like, I'm making, I think at the time, $7.50 an hour. And she said, it's going to cost you about $7,000. And I went, fuck. And my family had abandoned me. So I have no family. I have no support network. I'm an only child. So I have no siblings, no assist, nothing. And I went, wait a second, I have all those baseball cards. Oh. I have all those baseball cards. Shit, I forgot about that. So I got all the baseball cards, and within 3 weeks, I raised $7,000 on eBay, selling those baseball cards that I had been lugging around with me. Even homeless, I still found a way to store all those baseball cards. But I raised the money, and the rest is history.
Wow.
Yeah. So I have this affinity. But anyways, so I was still sitting on 4 or 5 huge boxes of baseball cards. I've been lugging them around me. So I've been an owner of Mountain Rose for 24 years now. For 24 years, I've been lugging these 5-6 boxes of baseball cards unopened, because I don't care about these things. I've been storing them from one house, one state, one property after the other. And Seattle, the mercantile there, and I get those baseball cards, and something, what it was that, my life politically, personally, and professionally is very complicated. And it hurts on a daily basis. That when I saw those baseball cards, it didn't hurt anymore. I was taken back to 1984, when I was in the 4th grade, flipping cards with my friends, building forts in the backyard, and riding our BMX bikes to the arcade. Straight up Stranger Things shit. Like, I was born in 74, raised in the early 80s, like when everything was absolutely perfect. So now, I spend time with my baseball cards because it takes me back to being an 8-year-old, which to me was the perfect time, because the world didn't make sense then, didn't need to. I was having fun. And that's the perfect way to just get away from the complexities of the world that we live in, for me, is to just spend time with my baseball cards. I really resent the fact that you asked me that question, Mason. But also, being outside, and where I live, the 55 acres, and managing my property for wildlife habitat, that all goes without saying. Going for hikes. But right now, Because, our life is in a constant state of transition. What brings us joy one year doesn't bring us joy the next. We find different ways of finding joy. And right now, it is baseball cards. But only the good stuff. Only the good stuff.
I really love that answer. And honestly, like, as I've gotten older, a lot of times I've noticed I'm trying to like refine myself, and I notice a lot of times if I go back to what entertained me or I loved as a child, I feel that like childlike joy again as you're talking.
So
about.
let me ask you, Mason. So for you, what were some of your fondest memories when you were, say, 8? Because 8 seems to be the sweet spot.
100%. So in my bio, I say I'm an avid chess, basketball, and ping pong player. Okay, and it's funny. For years, I gave all 3 of those activities up, and I'm like, why do I not play basketball anymore? In fact, I liked the NBA too. Why don't I watch?
Hold on. Wait. Do you not play right now?
I do.
Oh, okay.
I'm bringing these things back into my life,
got it.
And I have been over the course of years. But there were long stints. There was probably like an 8-year stint where I'd never play basketball. And I was like, why the fuck don't I do this anymore?
It was girls.
It's fucking girls.
It was girls.
It always is. But yeah, I reintroduced it, and I'm like, that was a good decision. I'm having so much fun building community, playing basketball again, ping pong. I just played ping pong with your husband for 3 hours, and you. That's true. For 3 hours.
Does your husband hold his own pretty well?
Apparently he does.
He is really good.
Because I'm pretty good as well. I would love to play you one of
Let's
these
do
days.
it. Let's do it.
Yeah, we have our own ping pong paddles. We take them
No
with
shit.
us to the Highlands
All
often.
right. I love
Highlands. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
No, I've actually gotten quite good. Now, basketball.
Okay, I'll take it.
What Mason told me is I was not as bad as he thought I was going to be.
And that was the honest answer. You weren't nearly as shitty as I thought you'd be.
Yeah. Because I play badminton, so it was transferable skills a little bit.
Well, I just love that. So yeah.
So are you bringing that stuff back into your life?
100%. All the
good for
above.
you.
Yeah, I am an avid. I literally do all that now, and I just really love that. So I'm just thinking, like, dear listener, if you're like, if you're in a rough spot right now, please think about what you used to do as a child and go back to that, right?
Sage advice.
Right?
Sage advice. Take this opportunity to say, just go back to when you were 8, 9, or 10. Yeah. Take your fondest memory and just relive it. Even if it's silly and goofy, even if it involves building forts in the back.
We should start playing tag again.
I was playing tag with Katie. We were playing tag. With Dan's granddaughter on Saturday. Tag?
I want to see Shawn playing. Let's go play tag after the interview.
Oh. I'm still recovering from Saturday. But we played tag, we played hide and seek, and then we played catch. So, she's a 5-year-old, so we had to get her like the little My Beginner little mitts, and we also taught her how to fish with the Snoopy pole. And it wasn't Snoopy pole. There's this cartoon. I don't do kid stuff at all, but it's this like dog that is a cop.
Paw Patrol?
Paw Patrol.
Yeah, right.
That's it. So I guess she loves Paw Patrol, so we got the Paw Patrol rod, and it's that you hold the little button down, and the fishing pole is only like that tall. You hold the little button down, you go. So we taught her how to fish, and anyways, yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Nice.
Just a quick break from the show to thank everyone who registered for our first ever Nettle Immersion. That's everyone you see listed here. Well, not everybody. These are the people that are our micro sponsors. So big thanks to y'all for supporting all of our work here at Folk Methodology. Without your support, we couldn't be doing programs such as Herbalists After Hours, Into the Weeds, and every other future project we have planned. So big thanks to everyone listed right here.
And the nettle immersion was so much fun. We had over 2 hours of video just talking about nettles because we nerd out on nettles.
That's right.
But the most fun part was actually the community, hearing from folks from all over the world, and the nettle challenge.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
30 days, we all drank nettle or had nettle tincture or ate nettle, whatever we wanted to do. And then we reported back about all the changes, and that was really cool to see hundreds of people enjoy nettle together.
Absolutely, including a lot of these fine folks you see right here. So if any of these, if any of these names strike your fancy, please be sure to check out their businesses, their associated businesses, and support their work.
As an herbalist community, we're stronger together, and as we support one another, we grow together.
Amen.
The nettle immersion was our first time ever. We're gonna do it again.
Yeah, we're gonna do dandelion next,
Yep.
which we're super excited for. It's one of my favorite plants. So
We'll do nettle again.
Yep.
We'll do other plants. We're excited to keep this going. It's a beautiful reciprocal relationship. We get to create space for time with these herbs, and you all support us in doing this work like Herbalists After Hours.
You also have the opportunity to go deep with a particular plant and really build a relationship with that plant, which was super fun to see everyone come together in that way for nettle and soon to be dandelion, which we're really excited about. So if you'd like to learn more and register for nettle immersion or get on the list, the waiting list for our next time we open it up, you could go to nettleimmersion.com. So for future courses with us, including the nettle immersion, dandelion immersion, and everything else we do, you could go to folkmethodology.com/courses.
Thank you to them.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Appreciate all y'all for all of your support. It means a lot to us. All right, thanks one more time to all of our fabulous micro sponsors. Now back to the show. Enjoy.
Well, Shawn, something you and I have in common is we're both radical environmentalists. And I heard in your interview with Mason, you said that you wished herbalists fought more.
I
for the
was so
environment.
hoping the conversation would come here. And I must admit, I didn't know you were a radical environmentalist.
She got arrested once.
Fuck yeah. I got arrested 7 times.
Oh, I was wondering.
We were gonna
So my question is, what would it look like? Like, what is your, like when you say like, I wish herbalists would fight for the environment more, what does that look like to you?
Oh God, I got to be really careful with this one because herbalists are my community, and I have a lot of vitriol. I don't see enough anger. Like there needs. I always think about Crass. They said, "Beware. The nature of your oppression is the aesthetic of our hatred." And think about that. The nature of your oppression is the beauty of our hatred. And hate is it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful emotion if it's harnessed correctly. And like I talked about conflict earlier, like they were full. Colin Sherwood, the singer of Conflict, veins would be coming out of it. The emotion, he was so pumped full of hate, he would break down in tears. And he would cry on stage like he was that pissed. And I remember going to my first herbal conferences as a budding young environment. I got Earth First Brass. We laid down some interesting things. And the hugging circles and the singing circles. There wasn't enough political engagement. And everybody was talking about how great this plant was for them, for their body. Nobody said how important this plant is for its own right, and I'm gonna fucking protect it and defend it, even if I have to do a plant sit or a tree sit or prevent this shit from getting mowed down. Like, there wasn't enough hatred in a very healthy way for everything that was systemically taking not only the plants, but the animals, the trees, the shrubs, the rocks, the lichens. All of this is going away. And nobody's pissed about it. We're singing songs and holding hands. Enough. And for me, that's, I would like to see more anger. We need to be pissed about this. We need to be very angry about this. And I've talked, Mason knows this, I love UPS, I really do. But they're an educational organization. They're not an advocacy group. We need to talk about tree sits. We need to talk about lawsuits. We need to talk about sabotage and barricades. And we need to protect and defend plants, not just talk about how great they are because they heal us. If that answers your question.
Interesting.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, I both agree and disagree. Yeah.
Right on. Give it to me.
Well, so I was am a radical environmentalist, but I often say, like in college, I minored in activism. I couldn't even tell you, like I don't even remember a class that I went to, but in my spare time, I was in the streets and protesting and angry. And one day I just had this kind of epiphany as I'm standing outside of Gap, handing out flyers about how Gap has sweatshops.
That's so rad.
And,
that's some classic 90s shit right there.
Yeah. And I could tell nobody cared. You know, it's like I'm like they just wanted to buy their new jeans or whatever. Like nobody cared. And then I'd worked on a campaign for several years for the Uwa, their indigenous tribe in Colombia, and worked on that. And I was arrested at one point for a sit-in, And I was literally in jail behind bars, and they had the TVs that like kind of like a communal TV, and so like we were just like in the jail section, not like, you know, anyway. So I see it on the cheese, and like our protest is on there, and they like actually showed footage of the UA people, which was really cool. You know, I was like, wow, this is so great because it's about them, you know, and I thought that was really cool. And I just like looked around, and I could tell like nobody cared, you know, and I was like, well, how do we get people to care? Like that, you know, it's like, because I just felt like I was screaming. Like I was angry and I was upset, and I felt like, why do people not fucking care about this stuff? This is a really big deal. And that's when I got into like wilderness skills, and that's when I got into ecology. And
is that how you met John?
Yeah, in that way.
And Knowles, or natural outdoor leadership skills?
I went to a school called Earthwalk Northwest, and John was at Wilderness Awareness School, and there was like crossover there. Yeah. And I actually met John and my husband on the same day. It was a Derek Jensen event. You might like Derek Jensen if you don't.
I know him by
Jensen.
name.
Yeah, he's a pretty radical environmentalist.
Magical moment, John and your husband at the same time.
Same day, yeah. So herbalism for me has become about how do we get people to care. But when I heard your interview with Mason and you talked about these things, I thought, I wonder if I have become a little complacent about that. And maybe we need, like, the answer is probably we need both, which is why I agree and disagree.
Totally. No,
we
you're
need people
absolutely
to
right.
care, but then we can't just be complacent and be like, oh, I care, so that's enough. Like, we're not in that place anymore where caring is enough. We need action too.
Yep, I completely agree with you. Now, I love the herbal community. They're holistic, they're forward thinking, they're compassionate, they love plants. It's just that if we're going to throw down and you're going to say, if you have any criticism of the herbal community, I'm going to say that's it. But it's also, herbalism is the ultimate gateway drug, because it exposes young people, and we're seeing it. The demographic at Mountain Rose is changing radically. We're seeing young people. You saw it at Columbines. You got 19 and 22-year-olds that want to fuck the system by engaging with plants, and especially at Columbines, because they're a radical bunch. And for them, they want to connect with the plants, but there's a political motivation to do it at the same time. To say fuck you to the pharmaceutical industry, and to say fuck you to the manufactured food industry as well. Like, we can take care of ourselves. Herbalism is great as a gateway drug for people to really want to change things. So I don't want to diss herbalism entirely. It's just that if that was my criticism of the herbal community, that if there was one, that's it. That's it. But you had mentioned a portion of burnout, and 2023 definitely marked the burnout for me, because as you know, Mason, we had a lobbyist, we had an office at the state capitol, we had bills drafted and drawn up for the Oregon State Legislature. We were influential on a federal level as well. But I've been an activist since I was 15. And same thing, like you said earlier, I got tired of seeing everybody not care as much as me. And in 2023, I'm like, fuck it, I'm out. I'm taking a break. For the first time since I was 15, I'm taking a break from activism. And when you asked me about the joy question, I was mildly conflicted there, because historically that's what brought me a lot of joy. But right now I'm taking a break because I'm tired of carrying the burden of everybody else. And you did that as well.
Some of your activism though now is through like philanthropy and funding the nonprofit organizations that you...
Totally.
Yeah.
No, Mountain Rose is a beautiful company. Yeah. Mountain Rose is an activist organization.
Right, yeah. I'm thinking of like Oregon Wild, Cascadia Wild.
Oh, no, but it's not just that. Yeah, like, Mountain Rose, it laid the groundwork for quite literally hundreds of other companies. Like, we have set the profile or the template of how to do business right. And that is one of many reasons why I'll never sell Mountain Rose. And I would love to talk about that, and how there's a lot of constriction in the herbal industry, and there's very few of us that are independently owned anymore. Even traditional medicinals recently sold an interest to a private equity fund. So when I had the opportunity to become an owner of Mountain Rose Herbs, Mason, can you give me another beer, please? An amber?
Absolutely, yeah. Absolutely. I'm not even gonna get me.
So when I became when Mountain Rose came around, I fucking hated money, and I hated capitalism. I'm talking to the right person. You know all this. And but what I realized was that business, commerce, and industry dictated every illness that we were dealing with on this planet. Every illness that we were dealing with, biologically or otherwise, came from commerce and came from business. And I wanted to start a revolution, and I wanted to do that through business. And I wanted to upend principles. I wanted to be able to go onto a podium in front of 300 people who are all from the Chamber of Commerce and denounce capitalism. And I did that in 2011. Now, we were through a recession in 2011. Every single person in that room, all 300 of those people, their businesses were failing. They were declaring bankruptcy. Our business grew 64% in 2011. And books have been written about the sustainable business model and how it's appealing to people. Because what I always tell folks is that even during a recession, this company, Mountain Rose, we've survived 3 of them. Every time there's a recession, people think the money vanishes. It doesn't. It doesn't vanish. It's out there. Just people choose not to spend it. Mountain Rose, we were so compelling, we were so sincere, and we were so radical that people couldn't help but to spend their money with us. And professors at the U of O have done case studies on this. So I wanted to create a business that was truly a revolution, like a grown-up revolution. You know, tree sits, you could only do that until you're about 25. And then when you get old, like, okay, what's the next revolution? What am I gonna do next? And for me, that was Mountain Rose. Like, Mountain Rose is going to be the agent of change, the provocateur, you know, the activist, the tree sitter. It was going to just upend everything. And it's been a wild journey, man. Yeah.
I actually have a quote from you. It says, I'll just read it. All of our environmental issues can be connected to the embarrassing way that business abuses this planet. My objective is to stop this destructive pattern by offering an alternative modality and sharing that modality with others so we can all lead the change necessary to heal the planet. So I love that.
That's what I'm talking about.
That's what you're talking about right now.
Yeah.
And so I have a question about that. If you were to coach a company who was just like, I want to be a part of the revolution, I want to make these changes, like, where would somebody start? I'm thinking, you know, our audience might be like more small herbal business owners or whatever, but like, where would people start if they're wanting to be a part of this revolution?
Yeah, so for Mountain Rose Herbs, like, we have given consultation advice to the state of Oregon, the city of Eugene, commercial composters, every single natural products company in Lane County, from Nancy's Organic Yogurt to Hummingbird Wholesale to Yogi Tea. They have come to our facilities and we have shown them how we've set everything up, from our bicycle commute program to our bioswales to our zero waste facility and our zero waste program, how to create a green team, how to create, you know, we even have, Mountain Rose has its own grassroots organization called the Mountain Rose River Project. Like, how do you set that up? So we would tell them and give them extensive...
I fucked up the head, sorry.
That's all right. We would give them extensive tours and show them, share with them, this is exactly how you do it. And they've replicated those business models. Like, all of those companies have gotten some kind of consultation, and not just companies, but municipalities. Even Oregon Department of Fish and Wildlife have contacted us with regards to habitat restoration programs and how do we manage that? Because we have habitat management conservation plans in place. Mountain Rose does, because of our expansive facility. So we share all of that. You know, it's times like this, like, I'm reminded of just how much we have done and how much we've accomplished. It almost brings me to tears. Like, Mountain Rose, it is truly an amazing organization. And it would take me 10, 15, 20 hours to tell you everything that we've done. But if I had 10 or 15 or 20 hours of your time, you would walk away completely blown. I blow myself away. Like, I gave a tour recently to a phenomenal young herb company. Don't want to mention any names, but we were showing them all of this. Like, this is where we get it. This is how you set it up. This is what it looks like. And we're very open. There's no secrets in our industry, especially when it comes to being a kick-ass, conscientious company. Like, there's no secrets. We all need to share this information.
I will say, as someone that worked there for 11 years, like, it's always brought me so much joy to be able to like tell, even like after I left Mountain Rose, to like be able to talk about some of the initiatives that y'all do, and be like, none of that is like, what is the term, greenwashing? Yeah.
See, that's,
it's not greenwashing, not bullshit. It's like I see all of this shit that Mountain Rose does. Yeah. It seems like they're like just saying it, but you really do it because it's like a top-down thing. Like y'all really care about what you believe in, and y'all hire people that also care about the same things, and then there's all these creative ideas, and then like new projects and initiatives created. And so, yeah, I could say firsthand, I saw behind the scenes.
That's a great thing about having an ex-employee here is I cannot lie.
And I'll call you on your bullshit.
Yeah, no, totally you will. Totally you will. You know, like okay, so here, remember you asked me earlier about like what can herbalists do differently, and I talked about, you know, hatred. So 2011, boom, even to this day, rootstock. Everybody talks about it. Everybody remembers it.
Yeah.
Now, I wanted to create so I was tired of the traditional herbal conferences. I didn't want to talk about adaptogens. We all know about adaptogens. But I did want to talk about that, but I wanted a little more. I wanted to have, I'm pulling these numbers out. I wanted to have 15 herbal educators, but I wanted to have 15 nonprofits. And I'll get into that in a second. Activities that involve protecting and defending the earth. So we created this hybrid herbal conference called Rootstock, where we had conservation groups and activists teaching alongside herbalists. And this is so cool. This is so cool. So we wanted to have activities for the kiddies. So, you know, we had an archery range, and we had a canoe, and, you know, we had a wizard that was walking around doing magic.
You mean Howie Brownstein?
No. He was our second choice, but he was too busy teaching. But I'm connected with Earth First, and I said, you know what? I want to offer a tree climbing class for the kids. And we had Earth First out of Portland. Actually, they were called something differently. They changed their name a little bit because of the bad press associated with Earth First. But basically, we had radical environmentalists at an herbal conference teaching 9-year-olds how to scale trees.
Life skills.
Life skills. Or arborist skills, in case you want to be an arborist. And it was epic, man. And we had a techno band there.
By the way, Rosalie was there.
Oh.
I didn't teach, but my husband did.
Xavier.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Yeah. Oh, why am I not making this? I'm super embarrassed right now.
Oh, I just was there as a participant. I was
Oh, man.
I just want to throw that out there just because
Thank you for that. I must admit, I had no idea you were there.
Yeah. Dude, it was like the
week.
party of the century.
Okay, but I'm sitting here talking to you like you haven't been there. I'm like, dude, let me tell you, it was the party of the century.
It was there. Yep.
It was fucking rad. And
I may or may not have met Mason there. I cannot.
We don't know. I'm pretty sure that's not where it happened, but
okay.
I like the photo booth.
The photo booth was bomb.
I still have the photos of me and Xavier.
Mason, flashback. So, the famous actress who's a big Mount Rushmore.
Shailene Woodley.
Shailene Woodley.
Yeah, she was like hanging out with
She was there.
Yeah,
she was there partying the whole time, and like a month later, she became like this Hollywood sensation, and she even name dropped us on the David Letterman show. Oh man,
twice by the way.
Yeah, twice, and they didn't edit it out. And the next day, we got like 3,000 phone calls, and we're like, "What the fuck just happened right now?"
Yeah, she was talking about clay. I remember.
Clay.
Yeah.
And he said, David Letterman goes, "So it's to my understanding you eat dirt." Oh, so funny.
I would love to put in a teacher application for next Rootstock.
Yeah, 2026.
It's 2026.
Or 2020. I'm sorry. 20-year anniversary will be 2031.
I don't want to wait that long.
Wow. You know what? Consider it done, because we constantly talk about it. Yeah. And it doesn't have to be associated with a particular anniversary. Right. But I want to bring back an herbal conference that is managed a little bit better. So that one ended up, I forgot what it was, but it was a catastrophic loss. Now the whole conference...
But a great party.
It was a fucking amazing party. And the whole thing was a benefit for Cascadia Wildlands.
I remember, yeah.
And we lost $150,000. But we still gave Cascadia $10,000 because we're like, look, we said it as a benefit, and that was at the time, that was a huge loss for us, and we got a little gun shy from holding herbal conferences, but we're a little more flexible now as a larger organization, so it's on the books for sure.
To be fair, the Free Herbalism Project was a nice alternative event that you all throw in.
Yeah, and thanks to you, Mason.
Yeah.
You were part of that democratic process. You know, we all sat at the round table and we're like, okay, what's the next stage? What do we do? And, you know, Mason, I know I've said this to you countless times, but I'm going to say it just for the 137th time. I absolutely loved you, and I loved everything you brought. I loved your energy, your enthusiasm. Losing you was a genuine cultural blow to the organization. We recovered, but it was definitely a cultural blow. And even to this day, all these years later, I always say, God, it'd be great to have Mason back. And it really would. It would be so great to have you back, but you got your own wings, man.
He's actually my creative marketing director, so you cannot poach him.
And we will not. No.
Thank you, Sean.
You need to.
Thank you.
I mean, I don't actually pay him money, so you might have an opportunity to poach him.
Well, luckily for you, we got a solid marketing department. So. But rootstock. So you know, have you ever heard of Ernest Callenbach?
No.
That's a new one for me too.
He wrote a seminal novel called Ecotopia.
Oh, I've read Ecotopia. Yeah, great book. Yeah.
Thank you. Every environmental that's the holy Bible, environmental activism.
That's a good one.
Okay.
And Ernest Callenbach, that book had a profound, music had a profound influence on me, literature had a profound influence on me, but that book had a huge influence on me. So he was supposed to be the keynote speaker at Rootstock. Oh. And not too many people know the story, but I had reached out to him because I knew who he was, because Berkeley, Nevada City, not too far away, and he was part of the same progressive environmental circuit that I was. And he's supposed to be the keynote speaker. Had them all lined up, and he was going to speak about the 10 rights of nature, because at the time, all of us environmentalists, we were talking about rights of nature. That was fucking goofy, radical shit 20 years ago. Like now, rights of nature is fairly common. And he was going to go and talk about the rights of nature as the keynote. And 2 weeks before the event, he contacts me. I gotta hold a straight face right now. He contacts me and he says, I can't make rootstock. I've been diagnosed with terminal cancer and I have 6 weeks to live. And that just blew me away. He was my hero. And I never got a chance to share the stage with him. And that's what I was looking forward to the most, because I was going to be on stage with Ernest Callenbach, my hero, to talk about the 10 rights of nature. And it never happened. And he did die about 4 or 5 weeks afterwards. So at Rootstock, I don't know if you remember, but at opening ceremony, there was a moment of silence for 3 minutes for Ernest Callenbach and me and Julie, where we were holding the 10 rights of nature on stage in complete silence in front of everybody to pay homage to Ernest Callenbach. I cannot stop yammering on, especially you get a couple beers in me. So I'm sure we need to make this mutual.
Great story, Sean.
Thank you. Yeah. When was the last time you played basketball, Mason?
I played last week.
Not bad.
Yeah.
So I've been slinging the batting cages myself.
Really?
Oh, 50-mile-per-hour switches.
Nice.
Or pitches, no problem. I tried getting Aaron. Do you know Aaron?
Yeah, fuck yeah. The head of tech.
He's our IT director.
Yeah, I love Aaron.
Yeah,
I'm on a sports text thread with him.
Oh, yeah.
And Steven Yeager.
He almost went pro.
Okay.
He almost went pro.
Really? Oh, no, I know he played college at least.
He was a Husker, a Dakota.
Yeah, Nebraska?
Nebraska Husker, yeah.
Totally.
But he wanted to play pro ball. So I'm trying to get everybody to do hardball, and I'm trying to organize Mountain Rose outings to the batting cages. And both Steven and Aaron are like, ooh, fastball pitches, no. I'm like, come on, guys. Come on. No, this is on our own time.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
But it's just because they're like, we're getting old, we can't do that anymore. And yeah, so there's batting cages here that I hit up, and then some batting cages in Medford that we always hit up.
That's so fun. Yeah.
Yeah, and also I got a couple of gloves, and me and Deanne, we always play catch. I try to play catch with people as much as I possibly can.
You know,
we watched kids playing catch the other day, and that nostalgia thing you're talking about.
Fun.
Like, I just remember the ball hitting the mitt. Like, I love that.
Yeah, that's a
so
good feeling.
Yep.
Back when I worked at Mountain Rose, me, Amanda, and Thomas would always play in the backyard during like lunch break. Yeah, it's super fun.
It registered my conscious mind, my subconscious mind. But every time I play catch, I think about those days.
Yeah.
And I remember you guys were always petitioning for us to install basketball cards.
Hoops. Yeah.
And I'm like, fuck yeah, let's do it.
Nathan.
Let's do it. And then safety would be like, oh hell no.
You're gonna roll your ankle.
Yeah, and we're not installing basketball hoops at Mountain Rose. So I'm gonna have one injury after the other.
You're like, all right, instead of playing basketball, I'm gonna go outside and have a cigarette break instead.
Yeah. Oh my god, that is too funny. Oh,
I kid. Shawn, we did want to, Rosalie recently listened to my interview with you, and it was cool to like get those updates. But now it's like we kind of want to get a new Shawn update. Like, do you still consider yourself like retired, or I know on the website you're like president, so you oversee a lot of stuff. But all right, so you're back in the mix.
No, I'm not, but I'm still active, very active and engaged.
So you want to give us like a new life update, just a little Shawn life update?
No. Yeah, I'm retired. I'm not engaged in the day-to-day, but I am in touch with my CEO daily.
Yep.
And I go into the office once or twice a week.
Nice.
And I just check in on things. Like, my job is to make sure.
Do you have an office?
I do.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
Just for my own it won't matter to the listeners, but I want to know, which building are you in? Are you at the new campus?
Pick, pack, ship. So Carol's old office downstairs in Pick, Pack, Ship.
Okay,
that's
cool.
my office.
All
So do most retired people still have an office at their place? I'm just wondering how retirement works. I'm kind of confused.
Partially.
Who go in a couple times a week? Is that how retirement looks like?
I don't know. I'm still trying to figure this one out.
Okay.
All right,
I still have my training wheels on.
You know, it's funny. So in the interview with Mason like brings up, he's like, well, Michael Jordan retired 4 times. So.
Yeah. It's that I'm retired from the banality of it all, because, and I mentioned banality of it all, and Cameron won't take offense to this, but every entrepreneur has a skill set that's just built into them.
Yeah.
And it's a God-given thing in a monotheistic way. Like, I'm not religious, but there's a certain kind of hardwiring in a person that you can't learn, you can't train somebody, you can't read any number of books about. You're just built for it. And I'm built for growing organizations really quick, really fast, and really dangerously. And I did that, and I did my job. The only reason why I came back in 2020 as CEO was because Mountain Rose was failing. For the first time in our 40-year history, the company was failing. So I came back to grow it really fast, grow it really dangerously, take big risks, and I did it. I saved the company. I put us on a growth trajectory. But Mountain Rose is so mature now. It's really mature. It's past it's way past adolescence. It's like, it's nearing middle age. As far as ages go for businesses, it's nearing middle age. And it needs a very careful and considerate caretaker to make sure that it continues to do what it does in its middle age years. And that's Cameron. So my job is just to continually remind everybody we still need to fuck shit up, and we still need to take risks. But I just don't do it so directly at Mountain Rose.
Do you ever do like a crash the marketing meetings and stuff like that?
Yeah.
Those were so fun.
What does Steven call them? He calls them, how can I forget? Oh my God, I feel so silly for forgetting. Oh, it's like sneak shot or something like that. When I just pop into buildings unexpectedly.
Okay.
Damn. Oh man, I can't believe I forgot that. But anyways, so Cameron's job is basically to protect my investment. And when your job is to protect an investment, you don't take risks. You don't. You don't. That's my job, is to take risks. And so I'm in the background, pushing the envelope, pushing everybody, and taking risks, but not necessarily having Captain Kirk's seat. And Mercantiles is...
Yeah.
Mercantiles...
She's a Trekkie.
Oh, yeah, okay. So the Mercantiles and our mercantile expansion is the result of my aggressive growth strategy that's done through a very mature and responsible way. And next week we're going to Austin and New Orleans to secure buildings at those two cities to open more mercantiles.
Whoa.
You're going to do New Orleans Mercantile?
We are, yeah.
Okay.
And we connected with Lucretia.
Nice. Okay.
Whoa.
New Orleans, you probably know this is my favorite city of all time.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it is.
No way.
Yeah.
So wait. Two questions. One, when did you go there? 3 questions.
Yeah.
Why did you go there? And why is it your favorite city?
Okay. So when I was in my early 20s with an ex-girlfriend, we traveled all over the United States. We went north and then we went south, and New Orleans was one of those cities that we visited. And along the entire way, I was just, there's a certain aura and a certain vibe to that city that I just completely fell in love with. I always say, and again, no shade to my parents, like I always say I grew up without food, music, and culture, so I'm making up for lost time when I go there.
That's so clever.
Yeah, it is. It's kind of, yeah. And so when I'm there, I feel so infused into this like beautiful culture, and I love all the colors. Despite being colorblind, I like the music. I
didn't know that about you. You're colorblind?
Very colorblind, yeah. So I think like when I walk around the neighborhoods, I see these bright colors, and it like really like stands out to me. It's like it's so exciting for my senses.
Whoa.
You know what I mean?
About you.
So and there's like the aromas and just like the people, like everything about it. I'm just completely obsessed with. So that was in my early 20s. Fast forward later on, I consistently made efforts and trips to go out there solo. And granted, and one of the times that I went out there, I actually made a friend. I ended up, becoming friends with him, staying with him, and so I go back there and Anyways, I've probably been like eight-ish times now.
Dude, I had no idea.
Yeah, and so last year.
No wonder your face went fucking ballistic when I said New Orleans.
100%. You see that?
Yes.
You went to, so Shawn, we're recording this the day after my 41st birthday. Yesterday was my 41st birthday. We went out mushroom hunting with some friends, and last year was today would be, we consider me and Rosalie's anniversary because last year as friends.
Friends. I am happily married.
I
stay that way.
I invited it was me and Amanda, and then 2 of my close friends, Nick and Steph, and I invited Rosalie because I know she's a Francophile, and she's French. She's a French citizen, and she's married to a Frenchman. And there's a strong French influence in New Orleans. And I was like, yeah. One time I remember talking to Rosalie. I was like, someday let's go out to New Orleans. And so I invited her. And so it was this crew of 5, including Rosalie, last year to celebrate my 40th birthday.
Fifth wheel.
Yeah,
Fifth wheel.
and on my birthday last year, my 40th birthday was actually the day that they had a Halloween parade. Oh! And it was like...
So wait, when's your birthday?
October 19th.
Okay, go on.
Yeah,
Sorry.
yeah, so we had this beautiful... We were there for a week, we had this beautiful trip, and on my birthday specifically was just like... all of this like kind of coming together, and it was just like this amazing experience.
We bonded,
and then especially the next day, and it was like that's what
it's amazing how just even quick fleeting experiences like that can connect.
That brings us all to here.
Yeah.
That connects
100%.
people so deeply.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, so that's all to say. My daughter's graduating in a few years. I don't know where my next step is, but I strongly am heavily leaning towards potentially moving to New Orleans. So maybe I'll be a cashier at your new mercantile.
No way! Yeah. Well, we'll be hiring.
But that's fucking exciting, and Austin would be cool too.
It's very fucking exciting.
My wish list next year, Mason has not yet agreed.
No, this is my idea, so I already agreed.
Okay. Well, I want to go to Austin for.
No, we've talked about it.
Oh no, wait, Austin's on your list?
Yeah,
Don't
Austin
throw me under the bus,
and then NOLA. Like that's the plan.
Whoa,
Just
no,
go Austin
we've
and
talked
NOLA.
about this.
What are the odds of us opening mercantiles in
I
these
know, that
two
was
cities?
crazy. That was crazy to hear you say that. Like we literally want to go to Austin and NOLA next April.
We were
You're
just
gonna
talking
get
at the International Herb Symposium with Beth Ebbing Johnson, herbalist in Austin, and we're like, because I was already going to do this one event in New Orleans next year, and I was like, we'll combine the two.
So just you committing to it now?
Yeah, well, we were looking at Asheville, North Carolina. And everything about that community says Mountain Rose Mercantile. But what we learned is that we got to be really careful with certain communities that we open a mercantile in. We're navigating commerce with being a good herbal neighbor and friend. It's very difficult. So we checked in with Lucretia about New Orleans. We also we did a lot of data scavenging to see if there were any herb companies in Austin that we would be disrupting, and so far so good, but it's challenging because I feel like the future for Mountain Rose is brick and mortar stores because we do it so well. Have you been in the Seattle location yet?
That's definitely something we wanted to talk about. I was very curious.
But have you been there yet?
I have not.
Dude, Mason.
Yeah. All right. Yeah.
No,
Let's call it a road trip.
Yeah.
Eugene Mercantile is kindergarten. It's kindergarten compared to Seattle.
Really?
Well.
No, the Eugene Mercantile was an accident.
Yeah.
Seattle was engineered. Like, we had money, time, and resources to plan Seattle. Eugene was a total fucking accident.
It is funny because every time I felt like I text with Thomas, I was like, he was always on a plane to Seattle.
Yeah, it was very expensive figuring that one out. We got a formula now, so in future, but it was very difficult, very expensive.
I'm so excited that there might be one in New Orleans.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Awesome.
No, we already got commercial buildings lined up, and we got.
Do you know the neighborhood in New Orleans?
French Quarter.
French Quarter. Holy shit!
No, it's French Quarter.
Wow.
Yeah, Deanne's got all the addresses, but it's primarily French Quarter. And we got
Wowzers.
loads of historic buildings already lined up.
That is so cool.
Yeah. So to answer your question from like 3 hours ago, so my job is just to help push the envelope and assist in the risk taking that's necessary for a growing company.
Do you ever do freelance work? Because we're about to open a production company. So
We want you to grow us really fast, Shawn.
No, I don't. I must admit, I'm getting a little older now. I don't have the stamina anymore. But yeah, and and also my job is just to make sure that nothing goes wrong, because Mason was there. I abandoned Mountain Rose. Me and Julie both abandoned the company, and that's why it failed. And it almost failed to the point of dissolving, not making payroll. All of my great talent was jumping ship. They're like, what the hell do we work for anymore? And I even had valued clients and customers and herbalists say, what is going on with Mountain Rose? Like, the energy is different. Like, you guys aren't collaborative like you used to be. And that's when I came back and I was like, no, I gotta fix all this stuff. So my job is to make sure that nothing ever goes wrong ever again, because me and Mountain Rose, we're bedfellows until the day I die. I'm never gonna sell this company. I will never give this company up, ever.
Well, I know we were at one point, Seattle came up, and when I knew we were going to have this conversation, I was very excited to talk to you. I want to know twofold. How is the Seattle Mercantile, how was the grand opening? How's it going so far? And also, I want to know how the Seattle Free Herbalism Project went.
At Bastyr University?
Yeah, did you go or?
No. But I had my people go.
You probably got the lowdown on it.
Oh no, I got more than the lowdown. No.
And it's just so cool to see you building community in this whole new city, and still in the Pacific Northwest, but like...
That's crazy you say that, because that's the whole point of these mercantiles, is to connect with the local herbal community, which has a completely different DNA than, like, Eugene and Seattle.
It really does,
They're
though.
completely different.
Yeah.
Their approach, their modalities, their methods, their manners, how they speak to each other is all different. And so, okay, so to go back to Seattle, God, Seattle's so fucking bitchin'. It's just...
How did you choose Seattle? And I know Thomas also has like a relationship with the radio guy. Y'all did a tea with him and all that.
Yeah. No, I mean, it's like... So Seattle's a huge success. That's why we're going to Austin, New Orleans. Like, we realized, okay, we got a formula. It works. People are thriving, and people want retail. They do. It's just nobody knows how to do it right. If you walk into a Macy's or a Target, that's retail done wrong. Retail done right involves community, involves a little sexiness, a little romance, a little moodiness, like evoke some emotions in me, get me going, make me feel something.
You want to have an experience.
You got it. You walk into a mercantile, I promise you will feel something. Different for everybody, but you will feel something. And that's our formula, is to evoke feelings. But we realized, because you got to remember, we had that abject failure in Tigard, and then we also had the Aroma Bar in Eugene. But every location has its nuances, and we hire appropriate people that understand the cultural metronome of the city, especially with regards to herbalists, because there's lots of weird little small herbal gatherings and conferences and get-togethers, and we want to be a part of that, and we want to contribute to that. So we make sure to hire plant-centric people for all of our mercantile locations. But the difference between the two, like Eugene, it was a total accident. I had mentioned that to you earlier. So that little pickup parlor you mentioned, that took up valuable real estate that we needed for our office expansion. And Irene, she said, you know what? Why don't we just open a retail store and do away with this whole pickup parlor stuff? So that way we can have this space for our order processors. And I was like, hell yeah, that's a brilliant idea. Fuck, let's go for it. And half a year later, we had the Eugene Mercantile. Now, I had mentioned earlier, the Eugene Mercantile was an accident. That's part of the answer to that. It was a total accident. But how we, have you been there yet?
Yes, but long ago. We're going to go again while I'm here.
How we pulled that off, it was all of my stuff, my antiques. And I just went, me and Thomas and Irene, we would go to the barn, we'd get a truckload of antiques, we'd go to the mercantile, we'd throw it all out, we'd be like, shit, that looks good. And then we go back to the barn, we get some more antiques. Shit, that looks good. And then Thomas would say, you know what? I went to Aurora Mills outside of Portland, and they had gramophone lighting. Like, let's get these gramophones, these Victorian gramophones, and hang them from the ceiling. I was like, fuck yeah, let's do it. And then we'd do that. And then I'd be like, you know what? Let's get a candy counter from Missouri. It was built in 1884.
I helped to move that, by the way.
Yeah.
That fucker was big.
Yeah, it was huge. And I said, let's pull instead of candy in the candy counter, it would be herbs. It would be ashwagandha and schizandra, and it would be elderberry. And it was like, boo, 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 boo. And we opened the mercantile. Our grand opening, Mason, you were there. We had almost 3,000 people.
Yeah.
And
they were lined up.
They were lined up blocks.
I heard it was the same in Seattle.
Oh, dude, it was way more batshit crazy in Seattle. Wow. So Eugene, it was like 1 or 2 blocks in the rain. People were waiting for an hour or two. Mason, he's the front door sentry guard, checking people in. Somebody, I don't know who it was, but somebody told Mason, only allow 55 people in at a time. I go to Mason, I'm like,
fucking
Mason.
Fire marshal.
Yeah, it was fire marshal. And I said, Mason, fucking let them all in. All of them. Hundreds. We can't have these people sitting in the rain.
Fire Marshal Shawn.
And then Mason went, okay, all right. And we just let them all in.
I've not heard that story.
Yeah. And I was like, Mason, fuck this. Let them all in within reason. I think we bumped it up to like 100 or 100.
We had people, like on mics from the exit and the entrance, and we kept it safe.
We kept it safe, but reasonable.
Safe, Rick would be proud. Yeah.
Safe but reasonable.
Yeah.
That was kind of an epoch in my career as well, because Mountain Rose has been around for a long time, and we have this long, beautifully poetic story, from Rosemary Gladstar starting it to how she sold it to one of her students, and how that student really wasn't that adept at business, so she sold it to one of her friends, and that friend was Julie, and then I come into the picture, but at Rootstock, we have this one cool image where you have Rosemary, Rose Madrone, Julie Bailey, and Shawn Donnille.
Free Herbalism Project is where that happened.
And there as well.
Yeah.
But
both?
At both.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, but it was both.
Yeah.
It was both. But we had all 4 owners, all 4 generations, dating back 40 years. That was an epic shot. So anyway, Seattle. So we've been operating Eugene for a long time. I'm like, okay, what's the next frontier? What do we do next? Mercantiles. You got community, you got advocacy, you got brick and mortar, you got a place to go, because as you know, Mason, we always give that space up to the community free of charge. If you want this space, and that's what we do in Seattle as well.
Oh, that's cool.
So Seattle happened because I've lived here for 24 years and I've avoided Seattle. No, I really have. I've never so my first trip to Seattle was 2 years ago, and I've lived here for 24 years.
Are you kidding me? Wow.
Oh, it's the home of fucking Kirkland and Costco and Amazon and Starbucks and Microsoft. Fuck that place.
The first time I went to Seattle, WTO.
No way.
Yeah.
I was supposed to go. That's a cool story. Do not let me forget this story. No. This is a good story. Very good story. I was the Northern California organizer for the WTO protests. Thousands of people I had organized for that protest. Yeah. But I was poor and I was destitute. I was homeless at the time. I was making $7.50 an hour. And I asked Julie Bailey for that time off. She said no. She said no. And I couldn't afford, I organized thousands of people, but I couldn't go myself. When I became owner, within months of becoming owner, I created the paid time for community involvement program. Mountain Rose will pay you for 3 solid days to engage in the community in any way you see fit, because I wanted to be able to provide opportunities for our employees to protest, to be engaged and not have to worry about money. Like, we'll pay up to 3 days for you to go out and do whatever you want. But anyway, so Seattle, I've avoided it.
Can I tell you how I got to the WTO though? I think you'll appreciate this.
Yeah.
I was at Lewis and Clark College in Portland, Oregon at the time. And somebody who became a very close friend of mine, he broke into the mail office at the school and put letters in every mailbox that said that the school was officially closing so that everybody could go to the WTO.
If there was ever a more brilliant act of sabotage, that's it.
I thought you'd appreciate that. And so so we all thought it was true. And so I was like, well, I'll go to the WTO then, because the school's like, but yeah, it ended up not being true, but I went anyway.
And not only that, but you'd be hard pressed to be admonished afterwards, because you got a letter, man. Absolutely. Wow. So I avoided Seattle because of my deep-seated corporate anathema towards, everything that was coming out of there. And Mason knows this, but I fucking hate Amazon. And I've never bought from Amazon. We will never sell on Amazon. And there was a moment when we entertained the idea. You remember this? 8, 9, 10 years ago. Yeah. And holy shit, all my staff protested. They said, "What? Are you kidding? We're going to sell our products on Amazon?" And that's when I was like, oh, my children. All right. And, but anyways, so Deanne's on the board of directors of Provener. And it's January of 2024. So just a year and a half ago. And she has to go to a 3-day board meeting in Seattle. And she wants me to come with her. And I'm like, fuck, man, I've been driving around that city for 24 years. I don't want to go to Seattle, but I love her, and I'm like, okay, all right, I'll go. So we go to Seattle, and you weren't in the area, but at the time there was a massive ice storm in Eugene that shut this city down for 9 days. Police departments, hospitals, schools, roads, everything was shut down in Eugene. We're up in Seattle. Strangely, it's sunny every day in Seattle. It's fucking cold. Yeah. It's like 39, but it's sunny every day. And I'm walking around doing the pop culture museum, Kurt Cobain exhibits. I'm doing the monorail, Space Needle, waterfront, Pike. And I'm like, Pike. I'm like, this place is fucking rad. Yeah. And I felt safer there than I did in Eugene, because we're dealing with, a mental epidemic. We're dealing with a drug epidemic, and it's affecting a lot of cities. But Seattle's managing it way better than other places. And I'm like, this place is really vibrant. It's cool. It's got a sense of history. It exudes Northwest and that maritime culture. And oh my God, there's loads of old buildings here. I come back. I like the old buildings. I come back. I tell Cameron, I said, I know where our next mercantile is. It's in Seattle. And she went, you got to be kidding me. Not in Seattle. I'm like, trust me. Go there and you'll see. She goes there. She comes back. You're right. I'm like, I know I'm right. I love saying that, Mason. I'm like, I know I'm right. So we spent the next 5-6 months creating that space. And then I think it was like 8 or 9 months after that trip, we opened the mercantile. And for 3 city blocks, we had a line lined up. And I think we had probably about maybe 3,000 or 4,000 people attend that grand opening as well. And that was a great collaboration with John Gallagher as well, and a couple of other notable herbalists and entertainers, and KEXP was there as well. And Seattle was cool because it wasn't that accident, like I said, about the mercantile, where I just had a bunch of antiques in my barn, we threw it in. Like this time we had money. Oh, so let's get the good stuff and let's set up the right lighting and it's a resounding success. It's just over a year old, and it's on track to be maybe 2 to 3 times more successful than the Eugene Mercantile.
Wow.
It is, we hit a tap vein, and like most of the people who visit Seattle, the Mercantile there, they're unfamiliar with Mountain Rose. So they walk in, they're like, what is this? So they're exposed to lots of different things. 1, alternative healing. 2, the power of medicinal herbs. 3, the power of sustainably run businesses. And these are all tourists. They're like, wow, tell me your story. So we went, let's open more. Like, this is where our future is. Like, we do brick and mortar, we do experiences really well. Let's open more mercantiles. And that's what we're doing. And that's my job. So that is officially my full-time job.
All right, so you're not retired.
Yeah, so my job is to travel to destinations, set them up within 3 months. I got to get the bones created. I got to get the merchandising. We have a warehouse full of antiques. Like, it's probably maybe like 10,000 square feet of just antiques. Ready for it, because that's the hardest part. Like, getting the merchandising, getting all the elements, all the antiques ready, that's the hardest part.
This is experience. You're creating an experience.
That's it. Totally, because old wood, old lighting, everything, old people, like, they look at it, they don't know what they're looking at, but they look at it and go,
It's very real.
oh, I feel something. I don't know what I feel, but I feel something.
Yeah. That's true.
Yeah.
It is true. They don't know what, they're like, wow, this is really interesting. So for me, it's ultimately creating that submersive, romantic, sexy experience. And Seattle exudes it very well.
That's so cool.
Road trip.
Yep. That's right.
Well, just a humble brag, I was asked to be part of the opening of the Mercantile in Seattle, but I couldn't make it.
I know. Yep.
Because I was already scheduled to be at Great Lakes Herb Fair in Michigan
I vaguely
with this
remember
guy.
that. Yeah.
I was there.
Yeah.
And I remember hearing about that, and I was like, oh, fuck, man, that sucks.
Yeah, I was already booked. Just ask me earlier next time.
Okay.
You ask, I'll be there, Shawn. As long as Mason can come. I'll get you the invite.
Thank you. Wow. You got connections.
Hell yeah. Wait.
Wait, you know Shawn Donnille?
Whoa. No, brothers and sisters. Fine new tradition. From now on, you two, every Mercantile grand opening. Boom.
We're doing it.
Yes. Yes, sir. No, I love it. I absolutely love it. You know, there's certain people that...
You heard it here first, Pete.
No, totally, absolutely. At every Mercantile grand opening, we're going to have Mason and Rosalie and Lucretia.
Who do we?
And
Oh, we love Lucretia.
We
love
hung out with her
Lucretia.
on my 40th last year in New
Yeah.
Orleans.
Yeah.
Who
do we send this clip to make sure that happens? That's what I'm wondering.
It's going to happen. No, the Mercantiles are all me, so it's already done. Yeah, Lucretia was there at our grand opening. Holy shit, man, she got everybody pumped up because we had thousands of people going 3 or 4 Seattle blocks waiting for an hour or two to get in. Lucretia was going up and down all those blocks, just gabbing and chatting, telling stories. Let me know about your family. What's going on? Why are you here? Yeah, it was, and that's what we needed that because they were getting impatient and they wanted to have this cool experience. And here comes Lucretia saying, hey, I'm part of that cool experience. Let's chat.
Well, so during that experience, I was in Michigan, like I said, but I was texting back and forth with John a lot because he was part of that.
Yeah.
And so he was excited and he was telling me about it. He told me about the 3, there was rafts around the blocks. I had no idea it was going to be that big. So when he told me, I thought that was cool. And he sent me photos of him and Lucretia. And so part of this show, the Herbalists After Hours, is dedicated to John and his memory. And I know you're close with John and over the years, lots of collaboration. And we'd love to hear if you have any stories or memories or reflections of John. We just want to celebrate his life and just keep his legacy in our hearts always because he's brought so much to us.
Oh my God, I would love to. I think one of, for me, God, I always say there's these powerful experiences or these powerful poets or musicians or albums, but there's powerful people. And John was one of them. And in 2004, it doesn't seem that long ago, but it really was. It was 21 years ago. I was a little kid. I was still in my 20s. And I was growing Mountain Rose, and John was growing Learning Herbs and Herb Mentor and Wildcraft, the board game. I think that was the first thing he created in the early days. And he was constantly reaching out to Mountain Rose to sell this corny, kooky board game about herbs. And I kept on deleting his messages. And I was like, it sounds too kooky. But he was so persistent that he drove down to Eugene and demanded a meeting with me. And I was like, okay. And me and John, we became absolutely smitten with each other. So we brought on Wildcraft, the board game. And then after that, we had collaborated on a monthly basis, from posters to stickers.
I remember that. I was the one who created the poster.
Poster, no way, right?
Yeah.
And wow, fuck, you go that far back too?
Yeah.
Wow. Geez, where have we been all this time? So, 2004, 5, 6, 7, that was a pivotal time for me because Mountain Rose was truly earning its big person pants. It was developing and evolving as an organization that was truly doing things right and differently. And I was there side by side with John. I had nobody in my life, like nobody believes me when I say this, but in those early years, I had no family. I had none, no family, not a single family member in my life. I had no friends, not one single friend, except for John Gallagher. And I had Julie Bailey, and that was it. And that's all I cared about, was growing Mountain Rose so voraciously and so quickly. And John was right there with me. He was ravenous. We all know this. Like, he had a ravenous appetite for spreading his message and what he thought was the right thing. And me and John, we were there for 20 years building and escalating our companies. And like, we would have bro down sessions on the phone. Oh man, I just pulled this off. Oh yeah, well I got 300,000 Facebook fans. Yeah, well I have 380,000 Facebook fans. And we were challenging each other. And he not only was a friend, but a compatriot and a fellow advocator. Like, he was a driving force because I didn't have any support network to say, go, 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 go. But John was there to say, go, 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 go. And I was there to say to John the exact same thing. Like, and we built these two magnificent companies with each other. Learning Herbs would not be Learning Herbs without me. And Mountain Rose would not be Mountain Rose without John. There is no doubt about that. I gotta stop because I'm gonna start crying. Yeah.
Cheers to John.
Cheers to John.
Sláinte.
Sláinte. Well, thank you for sharing that. Sure. It's been tough this year, and but it's always so good to hear about him and his influence. And I love the word ravenous that you said.
That's a good one.
Yeah, that's good. It makes me think of, obviously John and I mean, we were business partners and we collaborated intimately over the years, and it made, like, brought up, like, just meetings with him were so much fun. We would get together for our, like, collaborative meetings, and it was just like, we'd always joke that we'd, like, be busy the rest of our lives because we always had so many ideas together, because he was just like,
it's too much.
He was a source of inspiration.
It was overwhelming. I always joked that John was the only person that had more energy than me. I have a tremendous amount of energy. John always had more than me, and sometimes it would be a little overwhelming. And he would come down 1, 2, 3 times a year. You remember this, and we'd hang out with John.
Those are some of my favorite times of Mountain Rose.
And it'd be like hours. He would pour out all these ideas, and we're like, whoa, John, dude, hold on, one thing at a time. Like, there's way too much going on.
Can we talk about Herb Fairy's Disneyland?
Herb Fairy's Disneyland.
Do you remember that? He was so both of you have a love of Disneyland.
I didn't know that, strangely, but Herb Fairies, go on. Yeah.
And so my memory is that he, like, pitched an idea if he wanted to create a theme park with you.
What?
Yeah. You don't remember this?
No, at all. My memory is actually pretty good, right, Mason?
It's very good, and I'm thinking about it. I remember John talking to me about it too, so maybe he just brought
maybe
it.
Maybe he never got around to sharing it with me.
Maybe yeah. Oh yeah, Sean's still trapped.
But it depends on what. But yeah, tell me more.
It might have been hyperbole or a joke when he would talk to us about it, but
maybe. I don't know.
He's like, I don't know if Sean's ready for
serious.
this.
Yeah, that was one of his dreams, is to make Herb Fairies the theme park, just like kind of based on
I just remember
Disney.
it being like an herbal theme park. I don't remember the Herb Fairies, but yeah.
It's kind of like an enchanted forest, but with herbs and fairies. Wow. I didn't know that about John. He loved Disneyland, huh?
He did, yeah.
See, all of us, we just...
He thought it was creative marketing genius.
It is brilliant. It is absolutely brilliant. Thank God we can finally say this out loud, because if we tried doing this 20 years ago, we would get pummeled by our peers. No doubt about it. But Disneyland and Walt Disney, yeah, stroke of marketing genius. and we talked about this on the last interview with Mason, but Disneyland had a profound impact on me because it was like what I mentioned with the mercantiles, walking in and going, whoa, what is this? Creating that experience. I went to Disneyland on my first birthday, and my second birthday, and my third birthday, and I was weaned on Disneyland. And the only reason why I loved it so much, I don't like thrill rides. We talked about adrenaline. You love adrenaline. I don't. I love I like the slow experience where you get to take in what you're looking at, the smells, the sights, the sounds, and Disney perfected that. And I feel like I've taken some of that with the mercantile. So when I'm creating a mercantile, I'm creating an experience. Like when you walk in, I want to see your face light up and glow. And if you stay at our mercantile long enough in the corner and watch when everybody comes in, most of the people who come in have been there countless times, so they don't have that face, but you can watch people who've never been there before, they'll come in and be like, wow, what is this place? And that was intentional. They're not even looking at the product. That's not the whole point of the mercantile, is to sell shit. The whole point of the mercantile is to create this experience that is truly motivating. I mean, granted, we need to sell product as well, and there's no joke about it, but and I feel like that's what we do. And Disney, he did the exact same thing, but this theme parks. And yeah, I didn't know that about John, though. That's really cool. That's cool.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for sharing about him.
Mm-hmm. I could totally see, like, you two, like, I loved being around you two, like, at Rootstock or wherever. Like, every time we're in, like, the marketing office together, you guys definitely had very similar vibes and energies. You get that now that you're here.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Sure, yeah.
I wish I could have seen the two of them, but I can't tell you, like, how many conversations I had with John about Shawn and Mountain Rose Herbs. John loved Mountain Rose Herbs. He loved Mountain Rose Herbs so much.
Yeah, we love John, and we love learning herbs as well.
Well, should we transition to our new segment?
Yeah.
All right. We're going to try a new segment here, okay? Sure. It's presented by Herbs with Rosalie. Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
You don't have to be all bashful with me, Mason.
This is a new segment on the show. It's called Roses and Thorns.
I love it.
Yeah, so we're trying something new. What's your? This is Roses and Thorns. So, what's your favorite part about being the owner of Mountain Rose Herbs, and what's one of your least favorite parts about being the owner of Mountain Rose Herbs?
Oh man, I'm going to ask you that question too.
Here we go.
Most favorite part. Most favorite part is ultimately the pride. You know, every single part of Mountain Rose, everything you see, everything you feel, everything we've done, everything we've changed, it all came from me. And when I talk to my peers about selling their companies, I always equate it, I'm like, how could you, it's like selling your children. I could never, Mountain Rose is my offspring. And my DNA, my blood type, everything is built into that organization. I could never sell that. It represents all of my values. So that is probably the most prideful moment.
Can I just interject real quick?
Yeah, no.
It's interesting because pride almost has like this negative connotation, but really it sounds as if you're prideful because it's your heart and soul reflected into.
It's like being proud of your children.
Yeah.
Because it's spelling bee contest.
It's actually really beautiful
Absolutely.
the way you're talking about it, because you say pride, and I just want I immediately go like, that's an interesting way that Shawn's putting that, but the way you're describing is actually kind of beautiful.
No, when you made your first catch when you were 5, your dad was proud of you.
100%.
And I'm proud of Mountain Rose.
That's so beautiful.
And how it's grown and evolved and what it's become. I'm prideful. Mm-hmm. But I know what you're saying, because pride evicts envy and all those negative connotations. But no, I'm very prideful in Mountain Rose because it is an amazing organization. Mm-hmm. I mean, it makes me cry. Yeah. And I can never sell it. Now, the worst part is it is a complicated son of a bitch. It is. I have to drink beer every night just to numb the pain that I have to go through. The amount.
There's a lot of human relations involved.
Oh, that
part's easy for you. Okay.
Well, not easy, but it's manageable. But it's. You always remember. I always would joke that I could sell drugs or guns easier than I could sell herbs. I got the FTC, I got the ODA, I got the FDA, I got the USDA, I got the Department of Consumer Affairs, I I got the rabbi and kosher certification. I got Oregon Tilth and organic certification. I got Salmon Safe and their audits, and it's just, it's mind-boggling. Yeah. It's absolutely, so that part, and because I'm ultimately responsible. If anybody gets hurt or injured at Mountain Rose or as a result of using our products, and we're talking 3 million people, I, at the end of the day, am ultimately responsible for that. That is a tremendous burden. And I have a hard time living sometimes with that burden. Yeah. But I go into the workplace and I'm like, oh my God, we're so rad. All right, that rough night I had last night, fuck it, I'm good. I'm good to go. But it's the liability and the responsibility that is a tremendous burden.
Fuck. Yeah.
It's hard. The herb business, this ain't 1999 anymore. Yeah. I mean, this is completely different. I gave a tour, I can't mention the name because it might incriminate them, but I gave a tour to a rather young company. They sell manufactured herbal products. And the person said, I've been in business for 3 years and I already feel overwhelmed because I have GMPs, I have nutritional supplement panels, I have, hazard analysis points, I have, laboratory testing. And I told her, I said, just forget about it all. Yeah. Don't, just make your product with heart and soul, get it out there, and then become compliant along the way. If you try to become compliant now, I absolutely promise you, with hundreds of millions on the table, you will not make it. You will absolutely not make it. And Mountain Rose, we were never compliant. I knew we were not compliant with hazmat. I knew we were not compliant with Prop 65. I knew it's just that becoming compliant would have inhibited our growth at a critical time. Did we become compliant? We absolutely did. But I wanted to grow into compliance, not just immediately cease operations. Yeah, right. Because now you're just a compliant organization. You're not an herb company. You're just a compliant organization. So, yeah.
Wow. Yeah, that does sound incredibly challenging. Yeah. I've seen a lot of the challenges. Like I was there through
but I wanted to ask you, what are your biggest challenges? Because I must admit, you're dispensing a lot of medical advice sometimes.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Well, fortunately, Herb Rally, Mountain Rose Herbs, that's Herb Rally, that is true. Fortunately, I worked.
You have good liability insurance.
I do. But also, Mountain Rose Herbs taught me a lot working in the marketing department. So I know what a claim sounds like now. So I do navigate those tricky waters.
Yeah, this can cure cancer.
Exactly. I'm very. I noticed that a lot, but then also like Herb Rally really at its core is a herbal community thing. So we do have like monographs and various podcasts that talk about the medicinal uses. Granted, I edit all these episodes. And so I do feel like Mountain Rose Herbs brought me up in a really positive way to kind of identify these things. So yeah, I don't think I'm putting out outlandish information. Right now my challenges are going through like, separation with Amanda and all that stuff, and now becoming I went from a one-person organization to a two-person, which I doubled my staff. It was me and Amanda for a long time, and now I'm going back to just me. So I'm currently, actually with the help of Rosalie, she's helping me. What?
I'm on your team.
Oh yeah, Rosalie's on my team. Yeah. Rosalie is on my team, but she's also helping. She give credit where credit's due. Thank you. Yeah. Rosalie's got my back.
That was a very nice. I thought she really was genuinely clearing her throat. But then when I looked over, I'm like, oh no, she's calling you out, Mason.
But I am actually in the process of like hiring like an assistant of sorts. So like I'm incredibly excited for that to like take a lot. Yeah, I know.
Dude, your business is growing that much. You're hiring people now.
I am hiring one person.
Excellent.
And I'm also getting a fucking office in downtown Salem. So like,
no way.
Yeah. So,
let the good times roll, because from this point forward, you're no longer going to be in the herb business. You're going to be in the people business, and the real estate business, and the bill business.
Good thing I like people.
Wow.
But I'm excited for that. But yeah, that's definitely the challenge. As far as like my rose goes, I think of Herb Rally as the manifestation of like what my soul's purpose is meant to do. Is like, maybe as cheesy as that sounds, I really do. Like every time I hit a snag or like I need to grow as a human, the work that I put into Herb Rally, the putting it out there on the internet and stuff like that. You know how hard this used to be for me to be in front of the fucking camera? That was so hard. Oh. And just like, I always wanted to express and share my whatever I have to offer to the world. And I was always very bashful about it. I was like, why the fuck would anyone ever want to listen to any of this? And now I get to do it all the time by way of the herbal community, interviewing people like you, hanging out with Rosalie, and I freely doing it. So like, it feels very much like a spiritual evolution for me, just through sheer doing work through Herb Rally. So,
wow, that was so beautifully said, and very beautifully said. Yeah. So it's safe to assume I now know what brings you so much pride with Herb Rally.
Sure, 100%, without a doubt. So, I'm very proud of Herb Rally.
So tell me all about the anxiety, the perspiration, the night sweats, the terror.
Oh yeah. Every day I'm like, Shawn.
Every day, really?
No, okay, let's put it this way. Every 2 weeks I'm like, I wish Mountain Rose Herbs was giving me a paycheck. So.
Don't do it. He's got this. Don't do it. He's got
I'm like, oh, I missed that. Ooh, health insurance.
Oh, yeah.
Paid time off.
Yeah.
Fucking
he's
volunteer time.
Paid birthdays.
I get to work with cool motherfuckers all the time. That's true. We work together.
I'm right here.
Yeah, I think there have been several times we've mentioned chopped liver tonight. I think we need to stop.
Since we're doing this is sponsored by Herbs with Rosalie. Let's hear your roses and thorns.
My roses and thorns.
Rosalie.
Yeah. Roses. I'll give 2 roses. One to my students. Such amazing folks come through the school, and my dream is always like I did a huge transformative event of just like, I was raised in the city, I didn't use herbs, I was kind of living a muggle life, and then I got completely transformed through herbs and radical environmentalism and learning about ecology and becoming connected to place. And so that time period in my life of seeing that transformation in myself and living through that transformation is so powerful to me. And that's like how you want to create a revolution through business. I want to create a revolution for people waking up.
Wow.
I'm actually really into the Matrix, so that's kind of what I often
me too. You had mentioned a word that
waking up to the world around us. And I want to see I do see my students do that all the time, and that brings me so much joy.
So let me ask you a question, because I haven't followed your teaching paradigms all that closely. So when you teach, do you teach with an activist angle? Do you encourage your students to go out and protect and defend like hell for all these things? You teach connection. And we talked about that earlier, because that's the gateway drug.
It's the wake up.
Yep.
This is the waking
gateway
up.
drug being in a good way.
Yeah. But we also, every single one of my courses ends in community. So for a Rooted Medicine Circle, it's a medicine making class. It's also a naturalist class. They do capstone projects to finish. And so it's often people are starting community gardens or
I like that.
Teaching classes or something. So it always comes back to kind of sharing with the community.
Yeah, that I like.
So that's part of the process is the giving back.
Yeah, that I appreciate, the non-self-centered approach to herbalism and the connection with plants. Mason, do you remember that botanist in Chicago? What was the name of his program? Botany doesn't pay, but crime does.
Yeah, we just saw this came up last night.
That dude is a rat.
Yeah, actually, I don't know if you were around for this, but I actually reached out to him. I was hoping Mountain Rose Herbs could sponsor.
But no, we reached out to him as well. And
really?
Remember, he would not respond to us. The only reason why I bring him up is that everybody has a different approach to the relationship with plants and how they want other people to have a relationship with plants. And I get it. Well said. Absolutely. But the Chicago botanist in particular, oh my God, I remember the first time I saw him, I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? This
No, he's a good one.
Have you listened to any of his programs?
I have not. It was the first time I heard about it last night.
It was last night.
Yeah,
last night.
Oh yeah. No, this guy is a brilliant botanist. Steven even confirms this guy's.
That's what he said.
He's 3 degrees above Steven Yeager, but he'll say, this cute little fucking plant, see this fucking yellow plant, this little guy, nobody pays attention to it. And and he's got the right accent, he's got the right sauce, everything's absolutely perfect about it.
He's from Jersey or something? Or?
Chicago.
Chicago.
It's Chicago, it's Chicago.
Yeah.
But yeah, well said. How's your school doing, by the way?
Excellent. Yeah. yeah, it's just
How many students do you have enrolled annually?
about 700.
Whoa. Oh shit, is it all online or?
Yeah.
It's all online. Whoa. Very well done. Well, you know what we say at Mountain Rose, right?
Oh shit.
You fuck up.
I know I'm fucking up right now.
Don't fuck up.
Yeah, that's what it is. I knew fuck was involved.
No more beers for you. But
Shit.
yeah, just don't fuck up. And we would always, I would walk into the marketing department and I'd say, all this is great, guys, but don't fuck it up. And whenever Irene would hire new people, she'd say, okay, so you're going to have to work under Shawn, and I just need to let you know right now, he cusses a lot. And he'll say some really outlandish shit sometimes, just it's okay. But I felt like humor and humility and coarseness was okay in the workplace, as long as it was appropriate.
That's like our friendship is based on that.
Yeah,
More or less.
yeah, no, as long as it's appropriate,
Yeah.
and you'll be fine. I had to go through some sensitivity training recently, and that was an interesting journey for me. Interesting because part of the sensitivity training was coarse language, and it got to the point where I was like,
Tell it really took.
no, fuck that. I was like, no, finally I was like, I can't do this anymore. Like, I agree with everything else. I understand. Look, I've been in business for 25 years. I get it. But like, I am who I am. And Mountain Rose is who Mountain Rose is because of who I am. And I'm not going to be like sensitive and prudish and quiet in the hallways. That's not who I am. So there was an agreement that as long as everything else passed with flying colors, which it did, I can continue to cuss in the workplace.
Oh man, how the fuck do we transition from that?
Well, not to bring it back to me, but I did just get my roses. I didn't get my thorns.
No, I want to
Yeah.
bring it back to you. Absolutely. No,
I just feel like someone out there might
Okay, so
want to know the
all
thorn.
right, so you got
I
your
did the
thorns.
roses.
All right,
Yeah.
let's hear it.
The thorn, I would say, is I'm basically the CEO of the company, which is like the financial success of the business, the school and everything. Wow. And I just I want to succeed because of my students, and I have an amazing team. I have 13 people on my team now. And
Am I your 13th? Is that what you said that?
Whoa. Seriously, 13?
yeah. So that's a lot of responsibility.
That is a tremendous... Wait, you have 13 employees?
No, they're not all employees.
Okay,
Yeah.
so like...
Some employees, some just like contracts. Yeah.
workers, okay, but
Well, you
still...
have full-time employees too, yeah.
Wow, you've
And
got
so-
yourself quite the empire there.
Yeah. So it's... just the responsibility of making, payroll and everything. And
Do you ever feel like it dilutes the original mission and purpose of who Rosalie was?
I don't, because I was asked once, like recently, like, what is my medium? Mm-hmm. And I just through and through, I'm a teacher. And my team allows me to be a teacher.
Oh, wow. Then you're really lucky because
Yeah.
you don't have to invest that much time and energy in your team. They allow you to invest the energy in yourself and your ability to teach.
Yeah, so I have an operator for the whole school and another person who does a lot of project managing. So they like oversee all the day-to-day, and like keep things running smoothly. I have an amazing customer support team that really takes care of the students. Wow. So I get to be a teacher a lot of the time.
That says a lot. That says a lot about you because you've obviously exuded a personal nature and characteristic that retains these brilliant people to help you organize your business.
I'm so grateful for him.
Yeah.
And then bringing Mason on the team has been amazing because I'm
The most prestigious unpaid job I've ever had. Period.
But I'm also I'm like the marketing director, the CEO, and the teacher. And Mason is my creative marketing director now. And but we meet. We
do weekly meetings.
We do weekly meetings. Plus just the constant chit chat back and forth. So it's nice to have a collaborator on that.
I guess that would make you my chief creative director.
Yeah. No, we decided that we're not for each other. It's a trade.
Yeah, collaboration involves some form of investment for sure. And it doesn't have to necessarily be financial, but collaborate.
But to have someone to like bounce ideas off of, and just, you know, like he has strengths where my weaknesses are.
Tell Shawn about the 8-hour meeting we did.
We did an 8-hour Zoom meeting.
Fuck that.
It was like the best day of my life. That was so much fun. We did push-ups every hour, so we ended up doing like 90 push-ups that day.
Yeah. No, wait, actually,
that day went so fast. It went so fast. Like we just always like, it's very much like we have so much to talk about.
And we go back and forth.
And we get shit done together too. It's not just like dreaming. Like we dream.
Right. Yeah, we also
we get shit done.
Put into action what we talk about.
Yeah. We're accountability buddies, so we hold each other accountable.
Actually, you were talking about Provender earlier. I learned the accountability partner
you told me
from Provender.
Oh, from one of their seminars.
Yeah, and I was like, that is fucking brilliant. Like,
yeah, you were spongy back then. You were constantly taking notes. You're constantly reading books. And, hey, Shawn, did you ever read this business book? I'm like, no, Mason, but I'll give it a shot.
More power to you. That's funny.
But yeah, I don't want. It almost seems negative to say consider yourself lucky, but it sounds like you have an amazing team, and it's not always that way, and that's when it gets really complicated because we're dealing with personalities, and once you start getting into once you hit about 30 people, then it gets really difficult. 60, game changer. Once you start getting into the hundreds, it's all over. And what I mean by all over is now you're officially in the people business, which is fine. Yeah. It's fine. It's just a completely different business than I remember 24 years ago. Completely different business. And I love the people business. I think I'm really good at it, from the benefits to morale, to encouragement, to career building, to, all of that. But it gets very, very, very challenging. But enough about me.
Is Mount Rose at 250?
Yeah, 200 to about 200 employees now. When I came back on as CEO, we had 260 employees. Yeah. And it was 80 employees too many. Yeah. And that was the whole problem. And as Mason remembers, there would beheadings. And I laid off 60 people. COVID happened, and everything went really crazy. When we mention COVID, it's some distant memory. Yeah. But it involved stay-at-home orders. Yeah. It involved industries being shut down. Yeah. We had to hire Jonathan, our lobbyist, to deem us an essential organization so we can continue to operate. Yeah. I had people that were panicking in the workplace. There was mass hysteria. 30% of my staff refused to come into work because they were worried about their own health, and holy shit.
Yeah, that was
all of this gray hair, no joke. 2020 and 2021 aged me 7 dog years. Yeah. It aged me tremendously. It was so hard.
Well, thanks for getting Mountain Rose through that, because I'm a big fan.
Thanks.
So, yeah.
Man, thanks, man. Yep.
Yeah. So now is another segment of our show. It's sponsored by Herb Rally.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
I like this.
Sponsored. Yeah. Wow, how much cash you fork over for that sponsorship slot?
Free 99.
So the question we have for you for this sponsored segment.
I paid good money for this.
Yeah. What's the most unhinged idea that you've had for Mountain Rose Herbs that you actually got to do?
Fuck, that is so PG-13. Are you serious? That one's easy. Holy shit. All right. That's a piece
I thought that was a doozy.
No, that's a piece of cake. So I'm on the board of directors of Oregon Wild. This is 2015. And they organize a lobby day at the state capitol for wolves. Mason remembers this. We were engaged in a national advertising campaign to protect and defend and reinstate native populations of wild wolves in the Pacific Northwest territories. No company, especially an herb company, everybody's like, why is an herb company taking a stance for wolves? Well, obviously because of me. I love wildlife. So I'm on the board of directors for Oregon Wild. There's a wildlife lobby day, in particular, a wolf bill, HB 4040. And at the time, we had about 30 wolves in the state of Oregon. Nothing. HB 4040 was going to so wolves at the time were classified as endangered in the state of Oregon. HB 4040 would remove the endangered status from wolves. Once that happens, fuck man, you can shoot them down like coyote. There I am lobbying at the state capitol as an agricultural producer. as a farmer, basically, because we have numerous farms. And I was there petitioning legislators and senators to protect and defend conservation efforts for wolves, because wildlife is what brings business to particular states. Mountain rose came to Oregon because it's a beautiful state replete with riparian areas, riparian corridors, salmon, wolves, mountains, trees. Like, if I didn't want that shit, I'd move Mountain Rose to Los Angeles. I want wilderness and wildlife. That is what brought 240 jobs to Oregon, was wolves. Not only that, while I'm talking about it, did you know we lost 1,300 acres to fucking elk? Am I asking for the elk to be shot because they took 1,300 acres of our skullcap and our red clover? No, because all these ranchers, they're pissed that these wolves are taking 1 cow or 2 cow. I'm like, your fucking 1 cow is $1,300. My 1,300 acres of red clover and lemon balm, which was decimated by elk, is worth $30,000. And I'm not asking for anything to be shot and killed here. So I go there. I lobby on behalf of the organization that I'm on the board of directors for to enhance wolf protection. Mason was there, and not literally at the Capitol, but he was there during that period.
I did go to the Capitol once.
Oh yeah, that's right. And so after I had meetings with all of my legislators, all of my senators, state and federal, I walked away from that experience going, the environmental movement has absolutely no clout at the state capitol. At the state capitol, kids, school, jobs, homelessness, crime, not salmon, not old growth forests, not wolves. And that's when I realized, okay, wait, that was the whole point of me growing Mountain Rose, was like to change the narrative, to put Earth first. And I wanted to grow Mountain Rose to be an organization that had political clout and really changed the fucking narrative. So I come back from that experience and I tell Julie, oh, that was a hard sell too, man. I tell Julie, I'm like, you know what? I want to create a super PAC. I want to hire a lobbyist. And even if it costs us $500,000 a year, and it cost us more than that.
Holy shit.
It was $600,000 to $700,000 a year is what we were pouring into political contributions. A lobbyist who was a career salaried lobbyist, our office at the state capitol. We created a super PAC. Mountain Rose created a super PAC that lasted for about 4 or 5 years, and it was costing us anywhere between $500,000 to $700,000 a year to maintain. And it was hemorrhaging the company, there's no doubt about it, but that's where my priorities were. And every bill that we introduced to either the House or the Senate, 2 of which passed, every bill we introduced had no benefit to our company, none whatsoever. And every senator and every member of the House was like, what is Mountain Rose? Why are they doing this? Like, what is in it for them? And we're like, nothing. The earth, the wolves, the trees, like that's the only shit we care about. I don't care about subsidies. I don't care about, financial incentives. I don't care about redistricting economic portions of the city, like wolves, salmon, wildlife, trees, and rivers. Like, this shit's important to me. So that answers your question. That was the most batshit. Like, no business person would spend almost $1 million a year on an issue that has nothing to do with their business.
That's the most Mountain Rose herbs thing that you could possibly say. Like
Yeah.
that, like, encapsulates it so perfectly.
Fuck yes.
And this is why when people ask me, like, what was Mountain Rose herbs like, really like behind the scenes, where I'm like, literally they walk the talk, and like that is such a good answer. And I was there for all that. I remember Jonathan and all the work.
Remember that ad Thomas created? He created a howling wolf out of herbs.
Yes.
And we got hate mail for that shit.
Yeah.
And people in fucking Idaho and Utah were like, you don't seem to understand, you motherfuckers. These fucking wolves are killing our cow. And I'm like, 1 fucking cow. Here, I'll give you a $600 check. This is ridiculous. But for me, that was probably the most, I think, did you use the word haphazard? No.
Unhinged.
Oh, yeah, same difference. same difference. Yeah, so that was fucking rad, man. That was rad.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to move forward with the lightning bug round. This is where
You
we're
guys
doing.
have all these cute, clever names
I
for
know.
all these sections. Lightning bug round. All right, I'm ready.
So these are quick questions, quick answers, and then we'll follow it up with kind of a nice little outro with Shawn Donnille and owner of MountainRoseHerbs.com.
Yeah, thanks for spending so much time with us, Shawn.
Yeah, this has been awesome.
I know, this is rad. Not only that, but Rosalie, I'm having so much fun connecting with you. I had no idea of your background. And after this, we need to stay in touch because I really do want to connect with you.
Dude, we're going to be opening up your mercantiles.
Oh, no, that's guaranteed, but that might be a year from now.
Okay.
I want to connect sooner than that. Like,
Absolutely.
I miss the fact that we've never connected before. Like, I genuinely see my people in you, and I didn't know that you had that hardcore environmental background, and I'm all the more smitten about it. That we're going to be friends. All right. But Mason, it's great. I'd love spending this time with you.
Of course.
Because
Chop liver.
it's been 2 hours or 2 years since we last got to hang out. And I miss you. And I always say that, like, there's 3 people at Mountain Rose that I miss more than anybody. Nate York.
Oh, I love Nate. Fuck yeah.
Mason Hutchinson.
That's right.
And then Brian. That goes back Pleasant Hill days. But he was a genuinely cool dude. But yeah, I miss you, man.
I miss you too, Shawn.
Yep. So lightning bug round.
Lightning bug round. What did it used to be called?
It used to be called rapid fire.
Rapid fire.
Rapid fire.
And we called it firefly round.
Firefly, but yeah, we're
Rapid
going
fire
lightning bug
seems
round.
a little militaristic.
Quick questions, quick answers. You want to kick us off?
What's your favorite afternoon snack and tea?
Fuck tea.
Beer.
Amber beer. Got it.
No, that's not true. My favorite afternoon snack.
He likes a good lapsang souchong. I know that.
Yeah, no, I do.
Ooh,
Yeah.
I love a good smoky
Yeah.
lapsang souchong.
I'm not a snacker, to be honest with you. I'm not a snacker at all. If I had to choose, these days it would be Pacific Northwest oysters. And I have a couple of dozen in my refrigerator right now. So these days I tend to snack on oysters because I'm here in the Northwest. Why not, right? Tea. Actually, these days, because of you, Mason, I'm still slinging nettle and oat straw.
Respect.
That's awesome.
Yeah, you taught me
Me
that
too.
combination. It's a phenomenal combination. I absolutely love it. But it depends on. I have the good graces of never getting sick, so I don't really have to deal with a lot of the, But every now and then I'll get a little coarseness in my throat, and I love my combination of like slippery elm, marshmallow, plantain. It just everything about it just feels really good. But that's only once every 2 or 3 years.
Oh, I'm excited for this one. What's the first and last concert you've ever been to?
Before I answer that,
Yes, sir.
to go back to your lightning bug round, a little advice.
Please.
You need to ask people, what is the most uncomfortable thing you could ever admit in front of a camera?
Okay.
We'll start that with KP tomorrow.
Yes. but you'll know immediately if you get an honest response.
Yeah.
You know
that's really interesting.
No, it's true. Like most people, what's the most uncomfortable thing? And like for me, just edit this out.
Yeah.
But I love.
All right. So yes, what's the first and last concert you've been to?
My God, I remember the first one. Hey, love. What was the last one? We can't say the Eagles cover band at the
Yes,
bar.
you can. Yes. So the last concert Shawn Donnille went to was the Eagles cover band.
Oh, no.
Yeah. At the casino over in Florence or something like that.
It was in Palm Springs.
Okay.
And they were rad.
Oh,
actually.
shit.
Don't worry about that.
Yeah.
They were
It was empty.
They were totally fucking rad. But
Real concert with cigarettes after sex.
oh, okay. Cigarettes After Sex was the last concert. Yeah, sure. Do you know
Thank
who they are? Anybody in the room know who they are?
I've heard the name. Yeah. In fact, I think was it either you or Steven was talking about.
Oh, Stephen likes them.
Yeah.
So it's like it's Mazzy Star,
Yeah, totally.
but male vocals, but sexually androgynous and amorphous. You can't tell if it's a woman or a male. It's that sexy. And
I remember this thing.
yeah,
Yeah.
and
We
I
listened
listened.
to Mazzy on the way over here.
Yeah.
Yeah, Cigarettes After Sex. That was a very moody show. And when we went to the Moda Center, it was the first time that I went to like a Coliseum show because I'm a punk. We do warehouse shows. I remember taking Deanne to the Hi-Fi Music Hall, see the Circle Jerks, and it's like a 300-person room capacity. So going to the Moda Center where there's like 10,000 people, it's a little weird. I wasn't a big fan. My first concert, and this is when I disavowed heavy metal, was in 1987. I went to see Motley Crue and Whitesnake on the Girls, Girls, Girls tour. And you can imagine where my forward-thinking brain was. I go to this show, there was an ocean of meat. And this band and the bands had absolutely nothing to say. Nothing. And at the time I was kind of experimenting with punk rock a little bit, and the punks had something to say. And I go to this big, massive Coliseum show to see all these dudes lit up in glam and glitz and shit like that. I'm like, no, man, the world's fucked up. Like, you are not speaking to me right now. And because Motley Crue is my favorite band growing up as a little kid. Like, I admired those guys. I had the posters in 83 and 84. Finally, 87 comes around. I get to go to the concert. I'm like, you guys suck. You're lame. Like, you've got absolutely nothing to say. So that was my first concert, and the last one was Cigarettes After Sex.
There you go.
Thank you. All right, fly fishing. Early morning rise or golden hour?
Golden hour, man.
Really?
Fuck that. I'm not going to wake up early to go fishing.
I knew it.
I should have known it.
Oh, hell no. No.
I think Thomas is early.
Oh, no. I do not. I roll out of bed 10, 11. I'm not. We went on a guided fishing trip for kokanee, and you got to remember, this is the first time I've ever fished. This was 2 weeks ago. This is the first time. So I've been a fly fisherman for 14 years. Strictly catch and release, strictly barbless, and strictly for wild trout. I've never targeted salmon. They're critically endangered. They're threatened. Even peers in the environmental community are salmon fishermen. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, this animal is going to go extinct and you're intentionally targeting them? So I only fish for trout, only in wilderness waters, barbless hooks, catch and release every time. But last week we went kokanee fishing, which is a form of salmon. But at Odell Lake, there's a form of landlocked salmon. They're not ocean rearing at all. They're not threatened, endangered, nothing. There's 7 million of these fish in this lake. 25 a day is what you can catch, but they tend to run small. So I got to go salmon fishing on a guided boat, and I got to keep 11 fish and actually eat it. It's the first time I've ever eaten salmon. Because I tend to stay away from it. Yeah. But the point of that was that there was only 2 slots available to fish. 4 in the morning or 12 in the afternoon. I chose 12 in the afternoon. And then when we booked it, the travel guide and the lodge even said, whoa, we don't even know how to handle an afternoon booking. This is really strange. Usually it's always first thing in the morning, blah, blah, blah. And even the guide said, yeah, you're the only, I think all year, you're the second one that's booked in the afternoon, because usually all the fish are in the afternoon. But I'm not there entirely for the fish, and I want it to be a pleasant experience. I'm not waking up at 4 o'clock in the morning and go fishing. It's just stupid. Stupid.
Boundaries.
Which book, or what is one of the books that has changed your life the most?
It would be Ecotopia. Yeah, absolutely. Ecotopia. Ishmael was a big second.
Ishmael! That's a big one for me, too.
Yeah, My Ishmael.
We are friends, Shawn.
Yep, the sequel, My Ishmael.
Yep.
Actually, I preferred My Ishmael over Ishmael a little bit. The Grapes of Wrath, because of the labor and the tenement farmers and all that stuff. But I'd probably say Ecotopia and Ishmael.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
What's your favorite movie?
Well, I tell you what, recently it'd be probably like Bloodlines, Family Feud. Jesus Christ, that film was great. Oh God, here we go again. So embarrassing. So embarrassing. So, talking animal movies. It could be Dr. Dolittle.
I did not see this coming.
I love this. This is what we're here for.
It could be Dr. Dolittle. Homeward Bound is the Babe.
Oh, that was a good one.
Yeah, Homeward Bound.
Wow.
The Babe, Talking Animal, Charlotte's Web with Dakota Fanning, and I think it was Julia Dreyfus, or wait, no, what was her name? Who played Charlotte? But Talking Animal movies, but also baseball movies. So like A League of Their Own, The Babe, 61, The Natural with Robert Redford, 1984, obviously Field of Dreams, like baseball movies and Talking Animal movies.
And you fucking hate baseball.
Oh, wait, hold on, wait. I love it.
Oh, okay.
I watch
Okay,
it.
okay.
We go to games all the time. Like
Okay.
now I
This is the
appreciate
update.
Yeah, this is the
Do you
update.
have a team?
Fucking Yankees.
Yankees, right?
Yeah, hell yeah, the Yankees. That was the team that I admired as a little boy because that's where all the big players came from. Lou Gehrig, Joe DiMaggio, Babe Ruth, Mickey Mantle, Yogi Berra. Like baseball's history was founded on the Yankee organization.
I went to a Mariners game and they were playing the Yankees.
When was this?
This was I was probably like 24, so maybe 16 years ago, 17 years ago. now.
Was Jeter?
Jeter
playing?
was there,
Yeah, okay.
and I caught a foul ball within the first 30 minutes.
No, wait, do you still have the ball?
Yeah, I do. It's
I have
actually
it?
displayed. Do you want it?
Can I have it?
I'll give it to you.
Sweet.
Yeah, you got it.
I'll trade you. I got some basketball shit.
Oh,
shit.
okay. I will take your Michael Jordan rookie card.
I don't have a rookie. No, wait. No. I got plenty of Michael Jordans. Not a rookie. I have his third-year card.
You got any Hakeem Olajuwon stuff?
I do.
All right, that's my favorite player of all time.
Dude, we're gonna trade.
All right, respect.
Solid trade.
So what happened was, within 30 minutes of being there was a foul ball, and I caught it. Well, actually, it kind of bounced around. I caught it and I shoved it in between my legs, and everyone was looking around for the ball.
Why? Were you worried that something's gonna steal from you?
I did it because that's my sense of humor. Like I was trying to be funny, and I was sitting there for a while.
Watching everyone look for it.
Yeah, look for it, and then later like pulled it out, and it was like, yeah, it was like funny. And then 30 minutes after that, I got kicked out for I had a flask. But
Oh, dude, how did you even get it in?
I don't know. I don't remember.
Wow,
Yeah.
they're tough these days. Did you have it in
This
the
was
butt
16,
cheeks?
17 years ago. I shoved it up my butt cheeks. But it was just.
Rosalie,
It
she's
was
like,
like,
no.
Sometimes I feel like I have to
stop,
redirect
you guys.
back.
Stop.
This is my role.
Francesca, we're keeping this in.
The look of mortification on her
It was
face. She's like,
crazy though, like catching a foul ball, then getting kicked out was like so yeah.
That's
so,
a roller
yeah.
coaster of
Yeah,
emotions.
but yeah.
Damn, that's cool.
We're gonna trade.
We're gonna trade. So
Yeah.
there's two things we need to remember from this night.
Yeah.
One, you guys are gonna be part of every single mercantile opening. Two, we've got to fucking trade.
I like it.
I want the ball. You get some basketball shit.
I love it. Oh, fuck yeah. This actually, we could talk to Shawn about this afterwards, but about the End of the Weeds. That would be really good filming for End of the Weeds.
Yeah. Let's do that. Yeah.
We're going to do a little documentary series, and it would be fun to film the opening of some new Mountain Rose Herbs mercantile openings.
Wow,
like that's a documentary
cool.
style. That could be
Oh my
really
God,
fun.
that could be so much fun.
It's another one of those things that we're doing for like under the umbrella of what we're
love
creating.
production company.
So that could be really cool.
Yeah, we're looking at an opening probably in like February, March, April-ish.
2026.
Yeah, because I
That's
told.
where we're going.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah, well, April.
April was our,
it could be April as well.
Yeah.
So we're going. Remember? So I told Cameron, I said, we're going out there in October. We're going to be in New Orleans on Halloween, if you can believe that. That's fucking rad. And I said, we're coming back.
Do you need us to oversee anything for that trip? Because we're available.
No, but maybe
If I could oversee Thomas, I'd be very happy.
I don't think he'd be very happy about that. But I told Cameron, I said, I'm coming back the first week of November, and I'm coming back with a building, so be prepared.
All right, well, I was going to ask you if there's any exciting updates for Mountain Rose Herbs, but I think the fact that we're going to help with the opening of the mercantile
That
is
answers
that.
that.
That's the one.
I'm just kidding.
No, actually,
So we just expedite
that is the one. That is the one. I mean, new mercantiles, collaboration, herbal community. That is the exciting new era. of
Check
Mountain
that
Rose.
one off.
Yep, that's it.
If you could leave one legacy behind at Mountain Rose Herbs, what would it be?
Mountain Rose Herbs.
Ooh, that's meta.
That's a lightning bug round question.
Mountain Rose Herbs is the best thing that I've ever created, and I will never do anything like it ever again. It doesn't get any bigger, better, or more beautiful than Mountain Rose.
As a fan and a customer for the past 15 or so years, just thank you.
Yeah. Thank you for recognizing that. Yeah. It's like I can't. People always say, "What are you going to do next?" I'm like, I can't do anything next. Nothing gets better than Mountain Rose. Like that's as good as it gets. I think I even had these conversations with Mason. You know, like what's the next era? What's the next step? I'm like, nothing. Like it doesn't get better than that ever. So what's the point?
Yeah, well, as far as like what's next goes, where do you see the herbal industry heading in the next decade or so?
Hell.
Oh, shit.
Absolute hell. The entire industry is bought out. The entire thing. There's only now 2 independently owned.
Will you say why that's important? Because you talked about that a lot in Mason's interview too earlier about independently owned. Like, why is it important for something to be independently
Because
owned?
it's the heart and soul of the herbal community and the herbal industry. Like, we have our origins dating back to the 70s and the 80s. You got PB, you got Trout Lake Farms. We were all enthusiastically owned and loved by owners. There was no equity, hedge funds, investment, money. That was never the intention. The intention was to build community, share our passion for plants, and call it good. And all of that's gone. Every company has been acquired by hedge funds and equity investment firms for one thing. You don't have to be a third grader to give me the answer. What's that one thing?
Money.
Fucking money. Like, community's gone. Like, when we go to, dude, Expo West, Mason, there wasn't a single herb company there. We were the only ones. It's all gone. And I feel like Mountain Rose and Oregon's Wild Harvest were the last outposts, were the last remaining independent owners that put ownership, heart, and soul into the organization that isn't about money. For Randy at Oregon's Wild Harvest, it was never about money at all. Same with
Mad
Mark.
respect to Randy and Oregon's Wild Harvest.
Yeah, totally. And Mark at PEV, it wasn't about money. He fucking sold out. He sold out. But in the beginning, it wasn't about money for Mark. You know, our brothers and sisters at Oshala, it's not about money for them, but that's a dying thing. It's going away. Like, it's weird, and I feel isolated and I feel alone, and I don't like it. And not only that, but I feel like a part of the herb community was to say fuck you to the system, you know, to say fuck you to the pharmaceutical industry, the medical industrial complex, to capitalism, to all that stuff, and to see plant people just sell off and bastardize their children. It was just weird to me. Is that a good answer?
It's a very Shawn answer.
It's very Shawn. It's very real.
Yeah, very real.
It'd be great to end on something inspiring, though.
Exactly. Because at the same time, Shawn, we love how real you are. You also do have, I think of you, maybe you and me.
I'm a very intense person.
No. Well, yes. But also, like, am I wrong in thinking you're also quasi-optimistic about some things sometimes? Like, every time I'm around you, I'm enthused and come away with more energy and happiness and stuff like that. So it's like, on the one hand, I do appreciate you being so real with us and the audience and everything, but also, like, okay, well, how about this? Are you an optimist? And yeah, if you were going to say something, please.
No, not really.
Right.
Not these days. I mean, you know, call it old age or like burnout, but I've seen so many defeats, environmental defeats, labor defeats, and defeats in our industry, defeats in our community, that it hurts. It just really hurts. And I expected more. But yes, I'm an optimist, because obviously I wouldn't do what I'm doing because of it. And no, I am an optimist, but also at the same time, I'm fucking angry and I'm filled with a little bit of hate. And the reason why I'm maintaining independent ownership of Mountain Rose is say fuck you to the system, because that's my optimism. Like, there's going to be one last holdout. We're going to change things. God damn it. We're holding out. We are going to hold. That's my act of optimism. But it freaks people out. I had mentioned crass. Beware, the nature of your oppression is the aesthetic of my hatred. And hatred is a beautiful thing. But it freaks people out sometimes. It's just way too intense. But that's hatred because it's love. That's the aesthetic of my anger. That's the beauty of my anger, is like love and changing things. I'm just a little different.
We love you for it.
Yeah, you're a creative genius, a unique being. I have 2 thoughts. One is, herbs are bigger than they've ever been right now. I mean, you go like, I feel like I used to joke that it's so silly. You go to an airport and like you have bars and sweatshirts being sold. I'm like, they should be selling elderberry shots at airports.
Oh, totally.
But they do now.
Whoa, I've never seen that before.
Yeah, oh no, that's a thing now. Yeah.
Fucker stole my idea.
Yeah. So herbs are bigger than ever. And so, like, why can that not translate into more Oshalas? Why cannot that just transform things because we have more and more people interested in herbs. So there's a bigger base than there ever was.
The economy of scale is just very difficult. Like getting into this business is expensive. It's difficult, and you know what? It's too hard. It's exhausting. It's really difficult.
Yeah, but we got a lot of 20-year-olds with a lot of energy out there.
Yeah, I know. But those 20-year-olds, you know, like work is allergic to them. Like being a farmer is not easy, and even the farmers will say, if I chose a different path, I sure wish I would have. Like it's very difficult. It's just very difficult. And yeah, the Oshala is like right now, Cameron's number one priority is the prioritization of domestic farms, and we're investing hundreds of thousands of dollars partnering with the Cornucopia Institute, partnering with Oshala, demonstration farms. Like we're trying to figure it out. And the biggest barrier to entry is like, it's just too much work. It's too hard. It's too complicated, and it costs too much money. And they're absolutely right. It does. It's a tremendous amount. But for Mountain Rose, Mason, you know this, we're trying to move everything we can to the United States. We want everything to be produced domestically, but we got this massive barrier to entry. And if anybody's watching this, and they want to grow herbs for us, Cascadia@mountainroseherbs.com. Email me. Like, let's make this happen. But I haven't seen it. And for 25 years, I've tried to promote it, encourage it. It's just really difficult.
Yeah. Well, I do. That's one of the things that inspires me most about Mountain Rose Herbs is the support of, you know, supporting local farmers and creating creating crops through that. Yeah. My other thing I have for you is unsolicited advice, or maybe unsolicited suggestion. Let's go tour the United States and look at mutual aid and community gardens to like bring a little hope and love to your heart, Shawn.
Say that again?
Mutual aid and community gardens. Let's tour the U.S. and go see the impact that those are making.
Oh, but we do.
I know you do.
Oh, I was going to say, well, fuck, we do it. I mean, grants for plants.
But do you go?
Me personally?
Yeah.
Me personally, I do not.
That's what I'm saying. I know Mountain Rose Herbs does that. I follow that very closely. I'm saying, let's go. Let's go see it.
Sure.
Because I think there's a lot of hope and love and transformation, and just like, I mean, those projects give me so much, just like, this is why I'm an herbalist, you know?
True. Oh yeah, from that point of view, absolutely. From transforming community and providing alternative modalities to people who are used to buying Tylenol at Walmart, like I get that. But I got to separate the two. Like I got community building and I got large scale industrial development.
You have a very different perspective on that than I do, admittedly, because I don't know that world.
Yeah, because I have to supply 13,000 pounds of nettle every year. I got to supply 9,000 pounds of red clover. I got to supply 4,000 pounds of Pardiarco. Like, so it's really difficult. Like I have the altruistic part of me that's like, fuck yeah, that's rad. That won't solve our problems. That won't produce, like there are a lot of people out there that want and use medicinal herbs, and the supply is just not there. It's not there. And it's really difficult. And that's the part that I have a hard time with as well. And Mason, you may remember this, but 15 years ago, wild harvested materials were a big component of Mountain Rose's offerings, and I didn't want any of that because I saw the effect that it had, people going out in the woods and stripping entire forested communities of 6,000 pounds of Oregon grapefruit. Like it has this profound environmental impact. And Julie, in the original days, and we carried it through into the 2000s as well, we were all about grow it yourself. Please grow it yourself. Don't rely on Mountain Rose. Don't rely on a wild harvester. And fuck, don't even wild harvest it yourself, because the forested communities are being impacted enormously. Grow it yourself in your backyard. So yes, I'm with you. But I got this difficult position. I got this large company with millions of customers. And I also have that part of me that's like, yeah, grow it yourself. Community gardens, got it. But that doesn't solve my business problem.
Yeah. No, I just wanted to bring a little bit of like love and inspiration.
Oh, sorry. See, you know what? This is funny. And I don't know. Hey, love, are you in there? Yeah. Yeah, okay. So when Deanne came into my life, like being an environmental activist, at least my particular breed, is really depressing. It's depressing because I bring up uncomfortable stuff to people. And I get accused of being a cynic. And I'm not being a cynic. I want to change things. I love the world. And my negativity, that's what I talked about earlier, the aesthetic of my anger. Like, I'm angry because I love the world. Like, I want it to change. But I've cooled off of my activism because I'm pushing so many people away because they perceive it as negativity, as cynicism. And it's, yeah, right on, man. You know what I'm talking about. And I'm getting it even now, right now, from you guys. Like, oh shit, can we end on a positive note? Hold on, but it's true. Yeah. It is true. And yeah, you know, fighting like hell for the planet is a bummer. It sucks. But that's who I am. It's not going to change.
You know what? We don't have to end on a positive note. I firmly believe that we're all wired to contribute something different to this world. And I am so thankful for people like you that do this type of work, because I am not wired that way. Mm-hmm. Out of my own like need for mental health, I have to fucking, you know what I mean? I'm like very sensitive. I know you are too, which is why you do the work that you do and the way you do it. But you're also very strong in the way that you do it, and you're very tactical with how you do it, and I appreciate it. And I'm thankful for people like you that actually do this type of work. I'm thankful for all the other activists out there doing this work, and I'm better off for it. And I think that we all contribute something. And so, you know what? We don't have to end on a positive note. I appreciate everything you said in a serious sense.
Thanks, man.
You know what I mean?
We prefer real over.
That's the other thing I meant to say is like, we appreciate your realness, right?
Yeah.
Like this is what Herbalists After Hours is. This is not sugarcoating anything. You know, I think we said fuck like once or twice during this episode.
Sure, I didn't.
It's 32 times.
32 times, yeah. And yeah, we just, besides the cursing, like that's always fun. But like, we like hearing you, the real Shawn. We could, honestly, I couldn't have asked for a better episode. And I knew it was going to go down like this. Yeah.
I just feel bad because
don't feel bad.
You know,
I mean,
because where I'm coming from, I am coming from love.
100%, and we know that.
And I'm coming from compassion, and Mountain Rose wouldn't be where it's at or doing what it's doing right now if it wasn't for that anger and that love at the same time. Like, that is who we are. That's what we're doing. It's anger and love at the same time. But you just get a few beers in me. I get riled up.
That's part of our tactic, actually.
Yeah, I get riled up, and then I'm like, yeah, you know, everything's fine.
Well, that is another thing. Like, honestly, like we just want to have these serious conversations. It's not meant to be like, you know, like we wanted to feel like everyone is hanging out with all of us, and this is like the Shawn experience. So.
Oh no, I understand brand mechanics. Dude. I totally get it.
No.
I will say, Shawn, that Mountain Rose Herbs has been a constant companion throughout my entire herbal experience, and I cannot imagine my herbal adventures, my kitchen, my apothecary. I grow a lot of my own herbs, but I cannot imagine being without Mountain Rose Herbs. And as a person who teaches literally thousands of students a year through paid courses and free courses, it gives me, like, I'm just so relieved that I can recommend a company like Mountain Rose Herbs to people, for people who can't grow their own. And so I'm grateful for that. And I recognize the creative genius and like all that is you that has brought it into existence. And I'm just, deeply, deeply grateful for that.
Thank you for that. Like, hearing that from you, I have a tremendous amount of respect for you. Profound amount. Almost maybe the same amount that you have for Mountain Rose. I've never been able to show it or express it, but Rosalie, I've been following you every step of the way. Not intimately, but I've seen you every step of the way. I'm like, mad respect for her. But thank you for sharing that, because that is what gives me what I need every day when I wake up to continue doing what I'm doing, because it's a burnout operation. It's very difficult. But I need to hear the love. Like, you're doing the right thing, Shawn. You know, I love what you're doing with Mountain Rose. I need to hear that. But to end it on a positive note, and to go back to Mountain Rose circa 1989, grow it yourself. Do not buy it from Mountain Rose. I don't want your business. I really don't. I want you to grow it for yourself. I don't want you to wild harvest it. You need to grow it. There's 9 billion people on the planet. If 1/10 of those people suddenly decided to get all of their medicine from the woods, we wouldn't have any woods left. You gotta grow it for yourself.
Jinx, or maybe not. I go real quick. This is going to be very, very, very quick.
I'll let you go.
Well, yours is going to be more profound. Mine's going to be dumb. So,
That's how it goes.
yeah. So I just want to say, like, when I worked at Mountain Rose Herbs, like, you spearheaded the whole thing, which you put me in charge of, but creating the local growers page. That was like that illustrates your commitment to like having people, like, if they can't grow it themselves, buy it from a local farm. So you remember that project? Like that?
Oh, yeah,
and it's still around. I mean, I looked at it the other day, so it was like, yeah, it's a really cool initiative. You're like, yeah, if you want to buy herbs from a local farm, go to our local growers.
There couldn't be a better example of a middle finger response to capitalism than that.
Yeah.
Because we had small growers from Zach Woods to Oshala saying, you're stealing all of the air out of the room, help us out. I'm like, fuck yeah, I will. Yeah. Let's create a page with links. Yeah. And here you go, folks. If you're in the Northwest, that's where you go. If you're in the Northeast, that's where you go. Don't buy from us, buy from your local farmer. Yeah. And we still maintain that tradition. And I'm still adamant about it. Yeah.
Amen. What was the profound thing you were going to say?
Thank you.
You better deliver that.
All right. Well, so I grow over 100 medicinal herbs. And but there's no way I could grow enough astragalus. I go through pounds and pounds of astragalus every year. Right. Mason has me drinking nourishing herbal infusions every day. I cannot grow enough oats and nettle to fulfill that. So I grow as much as I can, but I couldn't do it without Mountain Rose Herbs and Oshala.
Fuck yeah, those guys are rad.
So rad.
Rad.
So
out of the entire United States, I'd say Oshala does it right every time.
They do.
Every time.
Yeah. So thank you
for supporting us.
Yeah.
I appreciate it. But you're right. Like, supplying and growing all of your needs, whether it be food or medicine, is really tricky. It's really tricky.
I'd need rows and rows of astragalus. I mean, it'd be unreal. So I can't do that. So thank you.
Yeah. Thank you.
This has been so much fucking fun.
Now, are you fucking honest?
Fuck yeah! Fuck yeah! That is my tagline.
I just stole it from you.
Fuck yeah!
Fuck yeah!
I get really excited about stuff. Shawn, this is
I love
awesome.
it when he says that.
Well, it's good to drink beers with you, Mason.
Yeah. Ditto.
And you too, Rosalie.
Cider or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, this is the end of the show, everybody. Shawn, you gave us so much fucking time. This is crazy.
Thanks. No, it was good fun. Yeah, it was good fun.
MountainRoseHerbs.com. MountainRoseHerbs.com. We said, well, they know where everyone already knows. There's a lot of audience overlap here. So.
Do you remember in the old days, our logo had the .com in it?
I do, yes.
And that came from, in 1999, there was a company called half.com.
Half.com.
Nobody remembers half.com.
Oh,
so half.com was almost as big as eBay and Amazon. And their premise was to sell everything at half off. And textbooks in particular for college students. But they eventually grew into like movies and stuff like that. And it was kind of like an Amazon shop. If you wanted anything, music, DVDs, electronics, you can go to half.com and get it for half the price. But the .com was the name. It was half.com. That was, and it was even in their logo. Halfway Oregon on the east side became half.com because they were trying to like capitalize off of the whole sensationalism of half.com. But I was like, we need to put .com in our logo because that seems to be the cool new thing. So it was like mountainroseherbs.com.
Yeah,
but that was so circa 99 because now there's like www.
Don't forget that http://
Because if you didn't put that in, you would not get to the website.
Amazing. Very cool.
Wow, rad, you guys. So did we wrap it up?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. Fun. Nice. Boom.
Yeah.
Boom.
Thanks so much for tuning in to Herbalists After Hours. If you enjoyed this episode, then we know you're gonna love this one.
You're also gonna love this one. And if you enjoyed today's episode, pretty please go ahead and give it a big old thumbs up. Also feel free to subscribe and leave a comment below with any takeaways you may have had.
And don't miss a thing with us. Head over to folkmethodology.com and join our newsletter.
See you in the next episode.